Hey guys, happy Friday and welcome to the Collectors Club.
Come on, help me, please. No, what is it? Get it away.
Run.
I think I've watched that trailer like 10 times already. That's looking good. That's the new what is it? Alien Romulus. That looks pretty sweet. But guys, welcome to the club, man. Club doors are open. Hope everyone had an awesome Friday. What's going on, Ken?
Good day, man. Friday's always a good day. Nice long day for work. Had enough time to work out and get back here and spend some time with you guys. Good day.
That's it. Talk about some collectibles. Exciting.
Yeah.
Good to see you. Great to have you on the show. Jarhead,
Thanks.
how you doing, man?
Hey, what's up, man? Hey, it's been a long week. I'm glad to unwind with the club. Just hanging out, drinking a Red Bull. Just
Yeah.
chilling. So
I heard it gives you wings, but we'll see.
it does from what I hear. So
Yeah. Well, good to have you, man. Good to see you. And D-Rock, how you doing?
Yes, sir, man. I'm pretty good. Probably not as well as you since it's your birthday, but
Uh,
all things considered, Friday's been pretty good. Crazy week, and here I got a little cake for you. It's actually a biscuit, but I'm gonna eat it for you since I can't get it to you
I
through
appreciate it.
the screen. But yeah,
Manja, yeah. That's a nice gesture. Thanks for being here. Great to see you.
Thanks.
Yeah, man, we're gonna be discussing some topics tonight, some news, kind of chill episode, kick back, relax, the way we try to have it. Some people should be joining us shortly as well, but let's see who we have in the chat tonight. Let's kick some music going on here, and let's see who's here. We got Toy Mafia stopping by. What's going on, Mafia? Always great to see you. We got the main man. Happy Friday, buddy. We got AO. Great to see you.
Ayo.
What's going on, Dennis? Always good to see you, Dennis. Happy Friday to you. Beast 51 Ken's here. I was like, what? Figure Kong. How's it going? I promise I didn't drink. Travis, happy Friday to you. Hope all is good. And then we got Jojo stopping by as well. Seems like a busy Friday this Friday. Everyone's out enjoying. Did you guys have good weather? Because snowstorm over here today.
Really?
wow.
Snowstorm.
Yeah, we had a good day here. About 50 degrees and sunny.
Yeah,
It's just rainy here.
that's not bad. At
Bunch
all.
of rain all day.
Yeah, it actually wasn't that bad here today. So
Did you? What was it? Just kind of like a work day. You guys have any holidays planned?
Yeah, next weekend I'm going to Atlanta Hawks versus Celtics next Thursday.
Oh, wow.
And then probably doing some stuff on the weekend in Atlanta, in and around Atlanta since I'm down in that area.
Okay, cool.
Check the zoo out and stuff.
Yeah, we went. We did that today. We went. The wife ended up surprising me, kind of taking the day off of work, and we took the kids to the aquarium, which was fun.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
Still a little young, but started losing their mind and stuff. Yeah, but it was fun. It was crazy because 10 years ago, we've been together 10 years. 10 years ago, Valentine's Day, that same aquarium they had just opened up, and they had for Valentine's Day you pay, I don't know how much it was, like a couple $100, and they give you like a 4-course meal. They have this tunnel that you stand on this track and it takes you. But they had shut the track down, and specifically for Valentine's Day, only the people who bought these tickets go, and they set up dinner tables there. So you have dinner in this, and it's all like aquarium, sharks and fish and turtles and everything, which was wild. And I took the spot we sat at. I took an exact picture there with the kids today, which was
That's cool.
awesome. And the same fish was there. Some big,
Oh.
those big, those groupers. I don't know
Grouper.
what they're called.
Big
What are they
grouper.
called? Yeah,
If it's a grouper, I mean, they're huge.
they live forever.
Yeah,
So
they're mean
I
as
don't know.
hell.
I
too.
don't know if it was the same one. I didn't ask the guy. I didn't ask the fish, but
Yeah,
it
it was
looked like
it was the same fish from 10
Here's
years
the
ago.
same
Yeah.
fish. He's like, oh, it's this guy again.
Yeah.
Is this a guy? What the?
Oh, what the fuck? 100
You
pounds
son
lighter.
of a bitch! You back again?
Slifer. What's going on, man? Happy Friday.
What's up, brothers? What's going
Hey,
on?
Slip.
Happy birthday, man.
What's up, Slifer?
Appreciate it. Thank you. Good to see you.
Good to see you too, man. Good to see
How
you
was
guys.
your week? Good day today?
Good. I was off today, so got a
Oh,
lot
you're
of
off,
stuff
so it
done.
worked out. Awesome.
Yeah, worked out
Okay.
today.
Hell yeah.
I think you're missing a
Glad you-
color in your background, man. I don't know which one it is because there's so many. But like just one, there has to be one missing, right? Just over there
No.
in the far side.
One color. One color.
That one little area where there's no statue. I feel like that
Oh,
could be
no,
something
there's-
else.
Oh no, there's statues. There's just I'm filling out. The sections are getting filled
It
out.
looks good, man. It looks really good.
Yo, what is that?
What's up,
Don't
guys?
look right.
Where's
Oh.
the party at, man? Happy birthday, John.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
Thank
it's
you, man.
not. It's not the clan. It's not the clan.
Yeah,
I was about to say.
I
I
know,
was about
right?
to
I
say.
know, right?
I was like, all right,
Shut
John,
us down.
expect the burning cross on your lawn.
Did-
sir.
did- did-
If that's
Good
for your
job, son.
that's for your birthday. That cross.
Yeah,
Happy
there you go.
birthday from us
Matt,
to
that's
you,
next week, man. Next week, not this week. That's next week.
from America.
What's going on, Jesse? Thomas, you're doing well. Main man, appreciate it, brother. Cypher, how you doing, Cypher? How you doing, Matt? Welcome. Good to see you.
Happy birthday, man.
Awesome. Thanks, man. Would you just grab like a piece of paper and tape it up? Hey,
Yep.
that gesture, hey,
Easiest way to do it.
that's it.
Got a balloon too.
How was your week?
Good balloon for you, man.
Wow. That's amazing.
Almost dropped that bottle.
What's going on, Damiano? Good to see you. E-Man,
You know that was like from his daughter's birthday. It's all paper and
Probably.
stuff or something.
probably. January or something. It's okay. It's the thought that counts.
Hey, reuse, reduce, recycle, right?
Yeah.
That's it. What's going on, Ross? Always great to see you and the crew. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, so I
Had a
wanted
bad
to.
day though.
Who had a bad day?
I didn't get my trooper, man. That thing was exclusive. I didn't like it.
Oh, you were trying to go for the trooper?
Yeah.
The Hot Toys
Uh-huh.
trooper?
Yep.
It was
I
beautiful.
got screwed.
Why?
I got screwed. I couldn't get it.
But that's how it works. That's the hunt.
I had to pay like $100 and something over. I had to go to Toys Wonderland to get it.
Holy Mac, you paid the devil.
Some things that have to be done, you know. I really wanted that.
Okay, so yeah, it's a nice looking piece. Flew
I'm
off
just
the
hoping I don't
shelf
get an
quickly.
email saying it's like, oh, we can't fulfill your order. We're gonna refund you the money.
Yeah, because I remember doing that. It was the whole queue system with Sideshow, right?
Yeah,
It's
I
well
like-
organized, though.
I just didn't know that figure was like a Comic-Con exclusive. I just
Ah.
thought it was gonna go up for pre-order too.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm food shopping. I was like, oh, I'll order it after I'm done. And then
No.
I realized that it's actually like an exclusive.
Yeah,
So
you
I
gotta
got
be in the
screwed.
queue, ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
I did that with the Artisan Anakin and the Joker.
I tell you, it hurts the soul. Pay-
But you
to pay
rushed
over.
into it because people will let go of it closer to the time.
Not clones, John. Not
Not
clones.
clones? Okay, maybe
Not
I'll stay in
clones,
my
brother.
lane.
No, I'm telling you, clones, they go for money, man.
I'm sure.
Clones are very expensive.
Especially Star Wars. And that one
Yeah.
looked pretty badass. Let's see if I can pull up a photo quick.
It's
That was pretty
badass.
that one, yeah.
I want the Phase 1 version. It comes with like 3 different head sculpts. I know you
What's it
guys are not
called?
figure guys, but it's called the Umbra Trooper. UMBRA? Umbra.
Yeah, it's the flipping times are back. That's what it's about.
I know I missed my chance with Crosshair. He's like $800 now. hoping,
1500 ES.
This is the last season, right? That's coming up.
This was from the video game, I think.
Okay.
Mhm.
I remember the Hasbro figure coming out, and I was like, "Oh, this is a cool trooper."
It's a badass looking piece. Did you join the wait list?
I joined the wait list, and I bought from Toys Wonderland, so I had no choice. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. Well, good luck, man. At least you secured one.
I know it's gonna go up, and I really want it for the collection, not the flip, just for the collection. I'd probably, even if I got the second one, I'd probably just display a different head sculpt. I wouldn't sell it unless it's commanding insane amount of money. But
Leo says Toys Wonderland's still in business. Apparently, they're trying to clean things up. I don't know how accurate that is.
Interesting.
It is what it is. I wanted to speak to a few people in the community. And last week's Vision had put up. Actually, before we start the show, Vision's away on a little trip with the family, so I hope they're having fun. Same with Phoenix. Phoenix is with the in-laws, so I know he's not having fun. But I want to give a huge shout out to Keesis. Keesis was going to stop by, but he is expecting a baby any day now. So
Oh,
Oh wow.
huge shout out to
wow.
Keesis.
Congrats,
Yeah.
man.
yeah.
Shout out to Keesis. So I hope he's doing well, and the family's doing well, and yeah, God bless you guys.
Yeah, well, congratulations.
Always a blessing.
Awesome.
Always
Yeah.
a blessing.
Yeah.
It's a stressful time, I'll tell you that. I remember. So it feels like the other day, but it's always exciting. The first couple weeks at home and the new additions always exciting.
Is this his first?
Second.
No, second.
Okay.
Yeah. So, discussing a few things with lots to talk about today. Queen Studios dropping the Hulk, which is I don't know what to say about that one. PCS had a lot of stuff, as usual. Sideshow has some things we got to discuss. Topic-wise, I was discussing with a few people this week, and Vision had put it up in the Everyday Collector, their Facebook group, about mentioning grails and stuff, and it got the wheels turning as to, I think we've all been in this hobby, depending on how long, if it's been weeks, months, a couple of years, a decade. Is there that one piece that you missed? One piece you missed out on, or you sold, or you always wanted to add to the collection that you haven't been able to add yet? What's that one piece you'd like to add to the collection?
I actually got mine recently. Like most of the pieces I've been pretty blessed with getting. They weren't hard to get, but my Prime 1 Berserker guts, like on top of the rock, I've been chasing him for a long time. And I finally was able to get him. And I wouldn't call it I don't call anything like Grail.
Yeah, not necessarily Grail, but you know
I kind of hate that term.
Yeah,
personally.
you know the term.
But like just the statue that I was really into, like personally, I just really liked it.
Your favorite piece?
That was it. It's not my favorite piece, but like I love the story, and I love that scene and the art from it, and I always wanted something to represent it in my collection. And when I was finally able to get it, I was ecstatic, especially since like it came in like relatively one piece. It had one little break, but
Are you interested in getting any other ones of the line, or
I don't know if I should say it on live, because then people might.
because people are going to offer, hey, I got this one for sale.
I have been looking at a Skull Knight. I really want a Skull Knight too. Not on horse. That's like too much money. That's like $4,000.
Aren't those pieces like they're quarter scale, but they're massive, aren't they?
Yeah. They're like a little bit under third scale, I would say. Like just a tad bit under third scale. But like third scale for some reason looks way bigger. I don't know why.
Let us know in the chat as well, guys, if there's that piece. And when I say Grail, I don't mean necessarily monetary value. We'll pull out the dictionary for Grail on Google. Not the Grail that you drink from either, from like the Last Supper. I'm talking about
The Holy Grail.
a thing that is eagerly pursued or sought after. It doesn't necessarily have to be monetary, but personally, for you, something that you've always tried to find and add to the collection. Big Blue says, my Grail is the Crow comic, CGC 9.8 first printing.
Wow.
Nice. Congrats, man.
I don't even think I've ever seen that. I gotta look that now.
I think for statue specifically, I missed out when Iron Studios came out with the Sentinels dioramas. and I've got number 3 because they had that really good Iron Studios sale last year, and I got like a crazy good price. I couldn't pass it up. But I still need to get the Sentinel 1, which is the one I
It's the hardest one to
want.
get.
I know, and I've got a good price on one, but it's always so far away. Like a 12-hour drive, it's like, oh god.
Well,
I'm looking for somebody might be a little more local, so I can pick one up. But,
Beckmeister says Prime 1 Doomsday.
That's a
good one.
nice piece, man.
That's a nice piece. Yeah.
It's a humongous piece, but it's really dope. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
So the one I've always wanted is the XM Sentinel piece. That's the one I've always dreamed of getting. That's like that's my golden whatever grail, whatever you want to call it. That's the one I always wanted. And I'm actually working on getting one right now, so we'll see what happens.
That's awesome.
Can't wait to see it, man.
Yeah, it's gonna look sick.
Yeah. So
you must be excited.
Yeah, I'm super excited to get that in.
And it's a local deal, or you'll have to get it shipped.
No, I'm gonna meet this guy halfway. He's in Ohio. I'm in Texas. We're gonna meet halfway.
That's awesome.
So
yeah, those are the best. Go for a drive and
get one for one trade. That's what we're doing. So
hell yeah! Well, can't wait to see it set up back there. That's a live unboxing that's got to happen on the channel,
bro. I don't know that. Have you seen DT's unboxing of it?
It was amazing.
It's crazy.
So
of the Sentinel,
just set up cameras everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have a spot for that?
Right behind me.
Yeah, that's a big. That's a lot.
Yeah,
that's
it's
a big piece, man.
It's just gonna fill up this whole wall right here, basically.
That's crazy. I wish they would have kept adding on to it. That would have been really cool.
That was the plan. They were gonna do that, but they stopped. They never came back to it. So originally there was different characters on it. They had like Nightcrawler, and they had Wolverine, I think, and some other characters attached to that. But for licensing and whatnot, they couldn't put them on there. But they had always planned to come back to it and add to the statue. They just never did.
That a heavy
if
piece.
you could commission some pieces to kind of fit that, kind of like how the proximity that Iron Studios does,
Well,
that would be cool.
there is actually some 1/6 statues out there that will go with that statue. So
that's cool.
And there's like some Kotobukiya, like Magneto and Wolverine and stuff like that. So
Is that a heavy piece?
What's going on, Rashid?
220 pounds.
Ooh, okay.
So
Damn. I'd take that over Maestro though. I like that piece better.
funny that you say that.
Oh yeah.
What
You're
a savage.
gonna make some moves?
Making moves.
Ah, like where your head's at.
So
Awesome.
It's a good idea.
Well, you gotta keep us in the loop. We got Rashid stopping by. What's going on, Rashid? Good to see you. Happy Friday.
Yeah, what's going on?
Yeah, nothing much, man. Just hanging out.
All right.
And we got Buck.
Buck.
How's it going, Buck?
you're on
buddy.
mute, Buck.
Great way to start.
When
That's
I heard,
okay.
when
That's
I heard
okay.
Rashid
That's
was
what you're
here,
supposed to.
I knew I had to come in. I needed to make a statement. I couldn't just let it slide. You know, having this punk out here, like just being able to speak freely without anyone able to call him out. Can't
Wait,
do that.
who are you talking to?
Buck, you're on mute.
Buck's on the phone with Pizza.
I rest
Who
my
are you
case.
talking to? Like Rashid's on mute.
Why do
He
you
must
always
be-
gotta come on the shows and like just start stuff with people? Like
He must be talking to Rashid.
every time.
You ever see
That's
those
Buck.
Must be talking to you,
Instagram little videos? I'm a collector because I do this. That's Buck. I like anime, so I like to pick fights.
Buck is always bucking.
Yeah.
What's up, guys?
What's going on, man?
What's up, man?
Gonna send you guys an alarm clock for Christmas. No, don't need to be sorry. No,
I was watching Gone Girl and I lost track of time.
Wow, that really didn't help the
That's a
situation.
good movie, though. Actually.
What did you say you were watching? Gilmore Girls?
Back
No,
Mountain.
Gone Girl, Gone Girl, Gone Girl.
You're watching Gilmore Girls?
Back Mountain.
What's going on, Shane?
Hershey, I can't hear you clearly.
Good to see you.
I said you was watching Brokeback Mountain. Did you hear
Cash,
that?
what's going on?
I've never heard of that film. What's it about?
That's when the guy
Oh,
climbed
boy.
up to Mount Kilimanjaro and he slipped and broke his back. Yeah.
I'm sure it was a mountain he was climbing.
Well, that's the way it went in my book. No, I was watching before the show. I was getting the show ready, and I was watching some movie called Ricky Stenicki. Have you heard about that crap?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
comedy.
Oh,
John Cena.
yeah.
Mhm.
That's what I get stuck watching. The wife puts it. She puts it on, falls asleep, and I get stuck watching it. That's the best
Yeah.
part.
John, stop lying. You,
I swear.
you got into it. You started watching.
A little bit. A little bit. But
That happens all the time. It's just
Yeah.
it's a product. Like my wife puts on these stupid Love Is Blind shows, and I'm like just stuck watching. I'm like, all right, what's
Okay.
gonna happen next now?
don't be bashing Love Is Blind, okay? Love Is Blind.
Oh, you watched that?
Yeah, I got stuck. She was watching it, and then towards the end, and I sat. It's when you sit down and start working on the YouTube stuff, and you get in the whirlwind there.
You know, a guy's married when they're watching stuff like that. Like, oh,
I
did you watch New Love Is Blind?
90 Day Fiance is where it's at.
I'm like
but-
asking questions. I'm like, how the hell does this show work?
Yeah. Good to see you, Gabriel. Hope you're doing well. Tyler, good morning, brother. Appreciate you, buddy. Anyone else? Sorry, for Rashid and for Buck, we were discussing, we're touching on the topic of grails in your collection. Out of all the years you've been collecting, no matter how long it's been, one piece you may have sold or one piece you let slide and never picked up that you're yearning for in the collection that you still would love to pick up to this day.
Man, I think I'm getting to the point where like I don't think
praying.
there's.
I was praying
Sorry?
for it. So you look like you're praying for it.
Oh man.
The collector gods.
I think I'm getting to the point with I don't really see any statues as grails anymore.
My man.
So when I say grail, let me give you the definition: a thing that is eagerly pursued or sought after. I'm not going after like the whole monetary grail.
I get what you're saying. I'm not going. I'm not trying to.
It's like
say,
it's like the word
we're-
grail is a bad word these days.
Yeah, I
No,
know.
no, exactly. I'm not trying-
I don't.
I'm
I
not-
don't consider anything grail.
Overused.
Exactly. No. So I'm not trying to do the spiel where like you go, oh, there's no such thing as grails. I just feel like for me, I don't think it exists. That thing, that piece you're after, that you're chasing, is
Okay.
kind of what I'm getting to. It's like there isn't one for me per se. I feel like at some point, just anything can happen in my life that could make me have to sell statues, or like, and I feel like there's some things that even if I'm chasing, I can always find a reason not to get it. I can always convince myself that I don't need it for X, Y reason. I have so many reasons why I shouldn't buy statues that like to say like it's something that I must have. It's at least from my current perspective, it just it's none. It's none there. Maybe
Bro,
a
I do that.
maybe a life size later, but like.
Oh, I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming.
Oh, man. But I think the ones I wouldn't sell, I shouldn't. Like the ones that seem consistent are the statues I bought. The very first statues I bought, somehow they're still with me. Yeah, that's my take.
No, Buck, I totally get it. You know, that's the reason why I didn't really say anything. I'm sort of on the same page. It's like maybe when I first start out, obviously you see there's a piece that you really, really want to get, but I think as time goes on in your collection, well, at least I'm like with Buck for me. I look at all my pieces as pieces I'm going to keep. So there's not really one piece that I want to chase. And the reason why I say that is because the pieces I've wanted, they've come up and I've had the opportunity to get them, but I didn't get them because like what Buck said, there's a reason not to get it at the time, or timing is everything for me in the hobby. And, you know, if the time comes right, the price comes right, you get the opportunity to get it, but then do you get it or you not get it? You know what I mean? And I've passed on a lot of pieces which I thought were that I want to get in my collection, but the timing just wasn't there. So you come to an acquiescence of, you know, you'll get it when you get it, or, you know, it'll happen when it happens. So there's not really one piece. I mean, there's several pieces that I'd like to add to my collection. but it's just a matter of timing of when you have the opportunity to get it. You know what I mean? But I guess to give you an answer to your question, I think the piece that I think that if I had to go back in time that I would have gotten was a custom Wolverine Wendigo.
Good piece.
That's probably and that's probably about the only one I think that it's like, dag, wow, didn't realize that it was that good at the time. So
I'd like to name another one too, the one that I think is in the background of Jarhead's Wolverine versus Omega Red.
Oh yeah.
All right, I missed out on that one completely.
But see, that's what I mean, D-Rock. I know you can obtain it.
Yeah, I gotta get back on the looking for certain pieces trail. I just hadn't even looked for a while.
Yeah, well,
So
I know some people that don't mind moving there. As if you want, just hit me up.
all right, I'll hit you up. Thanks, man.
I was looking for the. I mean, it's still out there. I can still get it, but I don't want to. I got kind of a price in mind, but it's the 2015 Godzilla maquette from Sideshow. I have the first statue they came out with, which is about a 16-inch piece. Then they came out with a maquette, which was more expensive, just a bigger statue, based off the 2014 movie. And it's just one of the pieces where every time I have a chance to buy it, I'm like, I don't want to pay that much for it. And I'm not one. Yeah, and I'm not one that goes and asks someone, well, would you take this much for it?
Right.
Because I want them to get as much as they can. I'm not one of those people who want to work on someone to get the price down. I hope he gets what he gets,
Right.
So if I see it and if I want it enough, I'll pay for it. But I'm not at that point right now. But every time I see him, like, man, I like to have that butt. I just hesitate.
There you go.
The right price. Yeah.
Well, that's what's respect in the hobby, to from one collector to another. You know what I mean?
Yep.
That's all that is, and that's much appreciated. A lot of guys don't like that.
Yeah. And sometimes I'll hold out. I'm not one to just, I might say, I'm interested, but I'm just going to wait. I hold out. If somebody wants to drop it themselves, that's fine. But I don't try to push that price just because I think in his hobby, I mean, I want him to sell for a better price. It helps all of us.
Exactly. Yep. And I've said this plenty of times. If somebody has a statue, it's the price is what they're willing to let it go for. You know what I mean? I respect the guy who has it, and if he's willing to let it go for that, I'm the same way. I like it, I'll sell it, but I want this for it because it means something to me, or I really like it. So
yeah.
I was gonna ask, for the pieces you guys consider grails, like if it was like a grail, or at least in whatever way you understand it, well, could you see it? Does that mean, like, if you got it, if a better version of that statue came out, would you upgrade? Like, does that invalidate the status of the piece as a grail? In terms of, so you go after a piece and you see a better version and you're like, oh, I want to upgrade that.
So because that's a version, it's not the same piece.
Do you mean that's something that you already have, or is it like something that you want to get, but then you see something else that's even better?
I'll give you an example. You know how some people consider the Superman Hush a grail?
Yeah.
The sculpted cape. So someone like, whatever, that's why I phrased it the other way before, but this is an example, right? You get the Superman Hush, it's finally in your collection, and then Prime One comes out with something that blows all our minds. And it's Superman, it's third scale, this cape is sculpted, it looks freaking majestic. If you then go on to, like, say, I want to replace let's say you're someone who only wants one Superman, whatever reason, you're limited on space, whatever it is. So you decide, I'm going to replace this Superman with a new one that's coming out. In your minds, does that happen to you? Would you think that could happen to any of you for any of the pieces you consider grails?
Yes. Because to me, I mean, you can always improve on something. I mean, I don't think it's an end all be all. I know some people, once they get that one thing, they're just like, there's nothing going to beat this. And I understand that, but I'm not that way. For instance, I like that the Hulkbuster from XM. I've always wanted that piece, but the new Iron Man that they got coming out, I want more than the Hulkbuster. So I think it's a better statue overall.
Fair enough.
So
Nice guy saying the Prime 1 Guyver, that's never leaving the Guyver 1. That's never leaving the collection. Figure Kong saying PCS, the last Ronin, the full set. What's going on, Norman? Great to see you.
That was my
Happy
first
Friday.
Prime 1 piece, the Guyver piece.
Guyver.
Yeah.
you still have it?
Yeah. Yeah. I'll never let that go.
It's
I
a
got
good
it
question,
for
Bob.
$1,000.
Wow.
So would you say that once you're okay letting go of a statue out of your collection, not for emergency purposes or monetary purposes like that, but just because maybe you want to clear it up for something else, does that lose its Grail title in that moment that you sell it? Is that what you're trying to get at?
Yeah, more or less. In that, like, does that, and it's weird. The reason why it's weird is because I feel like we all think about the term Grail differently.
Yeah.
So, in your minds, does that invalidate that piece's like position as a Grail, or is Grail like a shifting status that can move? Like, it can. For instance, if you consider a piece like that's, let's use a stay on the Superman Hush like analogy, right? That piece, and you get the new piece that's an upgrade. Can, if you consider like the new piece to be better than the one you have that you previously considered a Grail, is the new piece the Grail now, and the one that you have no longer a Grail, or it's the Grail
Or
because
can it stay a Grail?
there's
Can it
other
st-
reasons that you love it beyond like how
Yeah.
amazing it looks. Like there's some kind of special sentiment that you hold for the statue. Maybe the era it came out, what it signifies, the scale. You never, this was like the first Superman in this scale
Yeah.
that looked this good. It meant something for the period it came out from, the kind of effect that it had on the community. It changed the landscape, whatever, like
Yeah.
other reasons, right? But you objectively think something looks better than it, and it's the same character.
I don't change. For me personally, I don't. I won't necessarily change a Grail because something better comes out. For me, Grail is not necessarily monetary value, but an example of a Grail for me would be the Sideshow Mary Jane comic cat, and I still have it. It came out years ago. It's aged. It's definitely
Still relevant for you.
still relevant for me because it was my first piece that I ever picked up, my first actual full statue, and the memories and the nostalgia surrounding that—that's what Grail is. How Grail is defined for me, not necessarily monetary value or the way the piece looks. It's just in that case, it's the memories attached to it that make it a Grail for me.
I agree with John on that one because the first piece I got was from my wife, and I have pieces that are way more impressive than that piece, and it still is the one that when I look at it, that's what I remember her. And I had no idea she was going to get it. I seen it one time we were talking about it, but at the time it was like $400 or $500. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's insane. Who would ever pay that much for a painted statue?
Mm-hmm.
She bought it for me, but so there's a significance right there. She did that on her own. Just, I had it Christmas. She got it for me for Christmas. Held on to it for like 4 months. So that piece has a lot of meaning. And I'm not. I mean, I would never I bought pieces, way nicer than that, of course. I mean, I don't mean nicer. It holds its own position for the timeline it was bought. It was impressive then. It still is.
Mm-hmm.
But it has a different sentimentality, like John was talking about. So it's not about how I liked what it looked like. It's just about the fact it was one of my favorite characters and the favorite person in my life bought it for me. So it's a keeper.
I thought I was your favorite person, Ken. Jeez.
Second favorite, John.
Oh, okay.
Second favorite. Don't make it weird,
John.
Don't make it weird, John.
Don't make me spin the wheel, Ken. I'll spin that wheel.
Yeah, the wheel's not my friend.
That sounds naughty. I don't want to participate in this.
Well, how about you, Rashid? Any? Do you have a piece in the collection that you'd consider a Grail? And then to piggyback off that with Buck's question.
What was Buck's question though? I didn't really hear. No, I heard what you said about the
Yeah. No, I think what Buck was getting at would be like, let's say you pick up your Grail. Once you name your Grail, if something better came out, and you replaced it, would you consider that first one the Grail still, or the new one the Grail?
Oh, I mean, like for
So
the first
what's the Grail piece first that you would say is yours? A piece that you
man, I got a lot of pieces that I consider great, but like I'll say my Falcon, my Master Replica Falcon.
okay, yeah.
So like if NYC come out with theirs, would I replace with that? No, absolutely not.
That's a good example, actually. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, no, because mine is always licensed as the Empire Strikes Back's 30th edition. So and I have the label for it and everything, but that's about it. But like I mean, sometimes we do change. Like with another example, maybe like the Mythos Darth Vader. I didn't think I was gonna like that new Darth Vader as much as I like, because you got the Darth Vader also. I don't know if you still have it. I actually like the new Mythos a little bit better than the first one, even though
Than the Contemplation one, yeah.
right. But the first one is the one that set it off. So it's like that's a piece that I wouldn't let go because it's the one that paved the way for the second one.
So do you consider that one the Grail?
Yeah, it's still a Grail. It's still a Grail.
Okay.
Because I don't think they would have did the last one if it wasn't for Contemplation.
So to ask you this, based on what you just said, so the old one is the Grail. Do you consider the new Mythos a Grail?
I think it's one of the best Darth Vaders ever made.
But you're hesitant to place that like name on.
Oh,
it.
you know what? You know what? Let me not place like that because I'm thinking that I guess because it's like it's newer. I mean, I would put it up as a Grail.
Oh, I was. Go ahead. Sorry, my bad.
No, because I do think it's one of the best Darth Vaders ever made. I think the Contemplation and that Mythos to me are my two favorite Darth Vader statues.
Mm-hmm.
I think those are the best ones on the market.
I'm curious to know if there's anyone on the panel who like has that piece that they like. Okay, that's the Grail, and then there's another piece you just think it's a better statue, but like even though it's a better statue, it doesn't hold that status for you. You're not gonna put that title of Grail on it, but the older one is, and that's the one like you're like that's the one. But even though same character, better statue.
I get what you're saying. Yeah. What's going on?
I don't get what you're saying.
I think it depends on where where it hits you in like your feels kind of.
Yeah.
Like when you look at it, do you feel like I still love that piece no matter how old it is, no matter how maybe outdated the sculpt might be, it still brings me back to a point in time. Like John said, nostalgia, or what Ken said, who bought it for you?
Yeah.
It could be a great time in your life when you got that piece, and that piece will always remind you of that. So it's not necessarily the piece.
Yeah, because clearly Rashid's saying that new Vader, but he's not basing it on value, right? There's a large ES on that, so there's clearly more.
It's all based on sentiment.
Exactly, that's driving that status for him. It's not rarity or value. And I think that's where the term Grail gets misconstrued a lot in when we use it on shows, as it's just tied to monetary value.
Do you have to have just one?
Whatever you like.
Whatever you want to, define it as, right?
No, of course not. I don't think
What's a
because
piece, Matt?
Based on what Rashid was saying. Sorry, D-Rock can't hear you.
When John brought it up.
D-Rock, yeah, can't hear you, muffled.
Mike might have went out, man.
Yeah.
You can hear him, but it's muffled.
How about not?
It's very muffled. It's very low.
Reset your earpiece.
Yeah, do your thing. Sorry, Matt. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess I'm in the way of, I don't want to say Rashid, but I go around, I look at all my pieces, and I consider each one of them I wouldn't say Grail, but I enjoy each one of them equally. You know what I mean? I don't think I've got a piece better than the other piece. Even some of my older pieces, I look at it and I say it's an awesome piece, and I sit there and I got a cup of coffee and I'm just looking at each individual piece one-on-one. And I think each one of them, for me, is a Grail. And it could be because it's a great statue. It could be because there is some sort of sentiment to it. But it's just, all the pieces that I have, I really enjoy. That's just what kind of like, for me, I'm not really going to sell any, and I'm content with what I've got. You know what I mean? And if there's a piece out there that I want to get, I'll get to add to the collection. But so I wouldn't say I have one grail. I'd say I have multiples.
See, I'm on board with what Matt's saying, because I don't buy pieces, and there's maybe a little twist I'd like to get to somewhere in the show, because it's a question that I always ponder. But I buy pieces I really like. So I don't buy anything that doesn't appeal to me or something because everyone else is buying it. So every piece I have, for some reason, I liked it a lot, which made me. So you're spending this kind of money, you better like what you're buying. Yeah. So I don't have, like, I sometimes think of a grail, because I like all my pieces, like Matt's saying. Like, I can't go around and say I like this one better than this one better than this one. I like them all for different reasons. So you can't put them in a line and grade them that way. But I guess if I was going to choose something that would be a grail, because I'm not a big fan of the word either. It's too broad of a word. I would say if someone said you have to sell all your pieces but keep 2 or 3, then I would say if there's such a thing as a grail, then that would be the 2 or 3 that I'd keep out of my collection. The ones that I absolutely don't want to let go. But there's not a big difference between them, because I like them all. I mean, I could stand there and, sometimes for whatever reason, there might be a statue I didn't stand there and ponder, like Matt was saying. And then all of a sudden I'm standing in front of it like, man, this thing's so nice. And I'm so glad it's still sitting here, because, you just get distracted. And, I have mine in 3 different places, which, sometimes I wish I had it in one room, but there's sometimes I'm glad I don't, because if it's all in one room, then you might miss looking at these pieces and giving them their time, give them their moment. When they're spread out, like in here, I have like maybe 15 pieces. And I'm in my office, I can look around and see them, where if they were amongst another 30 pieces, I just wouldn't notice them as much, I don't think, anyway.
Man, just like me.
Yeah.
I've got some over there. I've got in a different room. I've got some more over there. And I appreciate, you're right.
What's going on, McFly? Good to see you.
I still, you know what, though? There is a piece that I am trying to get, though.
What is that?
The Rashid bobblehead with the Timberlands. I saw it. It's got a low ES, but it's out there.
Yeah,
I'm on the hunt for it.
That's a very limited piece from what I hear.
Is it the cell phone edition?
You should see it, man. When you hit it, it goes like this and does all that stuff, man.
How funny.
You're like, your collection is incomplete.
That's funny.
Oh, that's good.
All right, sweet. Anyone else? No. I'm I don't know, the one I feel like I missed. Sorry, D-Rock. You're back. Did you were in the middle of saying something?
Yeah, testing.
You're good. Yeah.
Is that better? All right, cool.
Oh, man.
Yeah, new computer. I'm having technical difficulties, so.
No, you're good.
I think what I was gonna say was, I don't believe that there's just one grail. I don't. So the term's a little misconstrued for me, or misleading. I feel like you can have multiple pieces that you hold like dear to you, whether you've bought and sold them before, got them back later, or want them back. I don't think that applies either, because I have a piece that I sold, and I would get it back, and I don't think I would ever sell it again. So sometimes it takes that to figure out, how much a piece meant to you. It also takes sometimes buying a piece to figure out whether it was that piece for you or not when you get it, and you kind of go the other way and you know what? I think maybe I let a bunch of other people influence what I thought this piece was going to be, or, until you have the piece in hand and you really look at it and you live with it and you actually check out the details and you think about what it means to you, I don't think you can really make that determination until sometimes you just know from, hey, this is the look I remember from a kid of this character, or from the first comic I picked up or something like that, or this was the artist, based on the art that I really connect to, et cetera, et cetera. But, sometimes it takes you buying a piece, getting it, or, letting one go before you figure it out. So
I have a question, John, if you don't mind, just real quick.
Of course, yeah.
So D-Rock and whoever else has done it, I don't know. I've never done it or experienced it. If you sell a piece, let it go, and you get it and you want it and you get it back.
Then it was meant to be.
yeah, exactly.
Well, my question is, getting that second piece back in is it different? Do you feel this? Does it have the same USPA that the original one had? Like for me, I know if I have a piece and I get rid of it, I'm not getting it again because I guess there was some sort of, as we said before, some sentimental attachment I had to the original piece.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, is there a difference with the second piece having the second piece, or do you miss the first piece that you had? If I could say miss, in any kind of way, like it might be a different number if you care about numbers, or if it could be, you know what I mean? Something.
I'll let you know when I get it back. So maybe somebody else can speak to that if they've had one go and got it back.
I had that Queen Studios Hulk on Throne, twice. And both times I love that statue. And I let it go again. But I mean, it still was a special statue to me. I just trying to go a different route at that point, So, but I still love the statue. It's a great statue.
Mm-hmm.
The one that got away.
So was it more about you just having your collection go in a different direction than it was about the piece?
Yeah, because the piece is an amazing piece. It's one of my favorite Hulks out there. But that was when I was trying to narrow down my collection some, and I felt bad when I got rid of it the first time. I had to get it again, and it was just like, you know what, just I need to get my collection more streamlined. So,
do you think we put too many rules on it, on collecting? Actually, here, before we do that, huge shout out to appreciate you, buddy. Stacking with Kraken.
Stacking the crack.
Remember to press that like button, everyone. Please. Appreciate you, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Happy Friday, man. Thanks for supporting the crew. Yeah, I don't know about the whole letting things go. Is it a mistake? Back and forth. I don't know. That's a good point, Matt. But I think we're hard on ourselves sometimes, and we set too many rules.
I think our definition of Grail is a little too. It's like there's multiple definitions.
Exactly.
It doesn't have to be. The community is like it has to be this one thing.
Yeah,
it's one statue. You would get rid of everything to get this one thing, and you would never. And that's not true, because I can tell you from personal experience. Sometimes you got to clean some stuff out. Stuff happens, and you don't know when it's going to happen, and life will turn around on you in a second, and you got to do some shit you don't want to do. And when you get a chance to get back something that you let go, you'll know in that moment. You'll be like, okay, if I'm going to go back and get any of this stuff I had to let go, here's the one I'm getting first. Here's the ones, plural. I need to get back for sure. If I didn't get anything else, these would complete.
And also, I'm sorry. I was gonna say also, I think what was making people say Grail, because we all have pieces. And we'll say that the Grail piece. But I think that as years went by, creativity, how they made statues got better and better. So now it's like you're getting badass piece after badass piece constantly and stuff. So you're feeling like your whole collection is Grail. Now you're actually bringing home the movie piece itself home. So now you're getting that piece that you really like. And stuff. So I don't know.
Yeah, I originally posed a question because I'm thinking about. I've got some pieces in the attic that I'm not really displaying or using, so it's kind of like. But some of them I don't want to let go. But I'm not really, I'm not, somebody else can enjoy them. I don't know if I want to let them go yet. That kind of thing. So that was the main purpose of my question.
Yeah, and I think you won't know until I don't think you'll know until you pull the trigger on it. If one of those is like, hey, I shouldn't have, or if I ever, if I get the chance to get my hands on that again, you'll know then.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think in the community, the word Grail tends to just be applied to a very specific couple of traits. On the aftermarket, it sells for high money, and it seems like everybody would like to get a hold of it. And I just don't think that applies in my mind to what that represents.
You know, for me, would minimize the word grail. Like I would watch, you know, some of the big YouTubers that early on they were having like shows like this, but they would also do when they get statues, they'd have a nice presentation. They'd unbox the statue and show. We've all seen them, but they would talk about these pieces like they're the best piece ever. They're grails,
Yeah.
they're keepers, and then you would see them a month later selling these pieces. I'm like, man.
Yep.
And I'd never buy it. I mean, but some people I know are influenced by this. I mean, and again, you know, I have to see an attachment to it right away. Sometimes it takes me a long time to buy a piece. Batman versus Joker Dragon, I was sleeping on that for a long time, and I couldn't get away from how great that dragon looked. And I had no attachment to it. And a lot of people were talking it up. And I took a long time before I bought it. I'm so glad I did because it's a beautiful piece. I remember in particular person just talking it up. This is a grail, never going to leave. I love this piece, And it was like 3 weeks later, he was selling it. I'm like, you know, so much for grail, so much. And I understand it could be different reasons, but I think when you're on that kind of platform, you could be influencing people because this piece is so nice. And then they see you selling at the same time. Like, you know, after that, I'm like, there's no such thing as grail from as far as I'm concerned, what you're talking about, because it was selling real fast. And I'm oversimplifying, I know, because I don't mean to offend anybody if someone's done that, but that's just how I was seeing. I'm like, well, I don't know what the hell grail is. You know, it's whatever somebody thinks it is. And, you know, if you're buying a piece and you're talking it up, this is a keeper, this is a grail, I love this piece, and a thorough review and made it look real nice, and all of a sudden, boom, it's gone, you know. So I think.
Actually, sorry. No, please.
I just think that makes it difficult to really understand what a grow is. And I would think about it like, that's why I said, if someone said you got to sell your piece to keep a couple, I'm like, well, those would have to be my grows. If there's a definition for it, I think that would be it.
Oh my God.
Let me read this one quick. Hold on a second. I got stuck on the damn repeat here. Look at this.
Uh-oh.
Stacking with the Kraken again with the likes. Appreciate that, buddy. Yeah, hit that
Awesome,
like button,
bro.
guys. So Kraken doesn't have to keep on sending them over.
Cracking out those donations.
Look
man.
at Baca as well. Donation to get Darth Guy a life-size Vader.
Darth Guy lifestyle. Oh my gosh.
Fuck you too much. Huh?
He's
Edwin,
he's trying to antagonize you, huh?
Yeah.
No, I'm just trying to help out a fellow collector, man.
Wow. It's a GoFundMe.
No, we'll get you that piece one day, Rashid.
Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you, Kraken. I like this. So this is a great segue, Ken. That actually wasn't set up, but works out perfectly because I put in this week. I found myself strolling through YouTube, and it's not the first time I thought of it, but I put up a post in the group stating, at what point when you're watching a review or these YouTubers that are reviewing these pieces, does it become more of a sales pitch for you when you're watching it than it does an actual genuine review or an opinion being shared? When's that pivotal moment that you say, wait a second, this is not to inform the community or what it's for. This is a sales pitch. It's promoting the product for the company. And I noticed that. And for me, that moment is when I know there's an issue with the statue, and in the review, it's not mentioned. If I know it's a community-based, there's been multiple people with the same issue, the person has the same issue on the statue, and when they're doing the unboxing and they're doing it publicly, whether they have the same issue or not, but in this case, they may have the same issue, that issue is present and it's not mentioned. That's for me where it becomes a sales pitch and not a genuine review.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I think it depends on who does the review. Like sometimes I watch reviews not because of I'm more for the quality of the review. Like they might be using a crazy camera. I get to see a lot of things that maybe I can't see, like in pictures. Like Jarhead, like he likes to watch a video of the statue. I'm kind of in the same boat sometimes. Like I like to see it moving around. I like to see someone's like standing next to it sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So Like nobody really influences me. I'm already interested in that statue. Nobody's gonna make me buy it. I'm already thinking about it because I like the way it looks. So if anything, it's just helping me like like cement my decision in picking up the piece because now I'm like inundating myself with all the reviews and like I'm already hearing everything I like about the statue. I could care what they don't like about it. I like it. It's just I want to look at it better and maybe see if oh, how does that key in, or is this coming broken? Did it come in broken? Stuff like that. I'm usually using those reviews for.
So it's more for you. It's more visually you're after.
Yeah,
You're
I'm
after
more
visual,
more visual. Yeah,
as opposed to like an opinion-based review.
Oh, I could
But
care
have
less
you-
if they like it or not.
Have you actually noticed if what percentage of them don't like everything?
Oh,
Because most
Oh,
of the
I know.
ones I see,
I
they
noticed
always
that.
are like, "Oh, this is great. This is." They never have like a negative. If they do, it's a very light, on the fence about something maybe, but they don't ever
I
go
mean,
hard at anything.
We all know what that is, though. That's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like,
Well, that's
hey,
what I'm saying.
I'm getting the statue for free.
Yeah,
I gotta be
right. And the
nice.
point
Or
that leads into my segue for my portion, which is when I sniff that is when I realize that it's kind of moved into sales. And it's not even like they're technically trying to sell a statue to people, even if they don't think they are or they don't think of it that way. It's just that when your channel gets to a certain point to where you have to like just move statues through at a specific rate for views, and you're putting, like Ken, this goes with what you were saying earlier too. When you're constantly putting the word "is this a grail" or "new grail" or whatever in your thumbnails on YouTube for multiple statues a year,
exactly.
it kind of starts getting a little marketing heavy. And yeah, obviously some of these, I'm sure, even if they're not getting them for free, they're getting opportunities to
compensation.
review them or getting something out of it. Yeah, I mean, when they're putting the logo of the companies they're reviewing in the background, that's that's definitely intentional. So they're getting some benefit. So if I see something like that, I also will go, hey, wait a minute. Does that mean I don't like the video? No, because I think that it's almost a necessary evil to have channels like that just for what you were talking about, Slifer, to give you a really good view from multiple angles with good camera work. And we have live unboxings, but let's be fair to everybody. Not all of them have like perfect internet connection, or the camera's not it's not recorded and then played later and edited and really crisp and clean all the time. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. And so to have like a very high quality, very consistent high quality video of the statue, and especially like an unboxing and a putting together assembly, that I do agree is it's a necessary evil for.
You muted yourself, D-Rock.
Your mic
D-Rock,
went
you
out.
muted yourself. Either that or the government.
Sorry. Yeah, sorry.
There you
I
go.
figured it's a huge freaking mouse pad. It's a kind of a necessary reason for, if we don't see all those statues coming through on some of those channels, a lot of people may never see the stuff they like or want to see.
Most definitely.
And so. But yeah,
Jeff, how
that's
many
when I kinda
channels do you
sniff it
watch?
out.
Like reviews do you watch of one statue? Do you watch one review or do you watch like 10? Because I'll watch a whole bunch.
I'll watch all of them almost. Yeah, I'll watch them.
Yeah,
I watch a
4 or
ton.
5 usually. Yeah.
Yeah.
I find
Because
myself.
I have
I find
specific
myself,
channels I
sorry.
like to do different things. Sorry, man.
No. It was a little bit of a lag. No, please continue.
Oh, I was just saying real quick.
Yeah.
I'll watch multiple ones because some of the channels do things differently. Some people will get better footage of the assembly, and some people just the way I like they present. So I can focus better on or somebody will give a little more nitpicking and somebody else won't. So if I'm missing that, I want to go to another video and check it. So multiple reasons, usually 4 or 5, I would say on average, of any statue I'm interested in. So
Jeff from Secret Sanctuary, what's going on, Jeff? Hope you're doing well. Happy Friday. I like most of the statues that I review because I've heavily researched them before plunking my hard-earned money down.
One thing I'll say about people doing reviews too is, to some extent, I don't really trust, like any of the channels, but like for the most part, the thing that peeves me the most, not necessarily what you mentioned, is if someone like gets a statue from a company in like exchange for a review, I think they need to disclose that, but a lot of people do and they don't say so in the video. And I think like that's an issue. You should say that, hey, I'm reviewing the company. You need to disclose it in the beginning. Just make it clear and transparent. I don't care if you're overly positive or not. Like,
Yeah.
I'll look at the statue in the video and I'll make my decision, right? And you might provide some insight that I didn't see, but like, just make it clear and upfront at the beginning that it's
That
like
there's
a
some
sponsor.
benefit.
It's
There's
more
some
or less a
sponsorship.
sponsored review,
Yeah.
right? And that everything should be fine. But like what you guys are saying, necessary evil is like these companies aren't likely to work with people with someone that they find volatile, where they think they can't get like guaranteed like positive reviews, like or like maybe not even guaranteed, but like a consistent kind of diplomatic like wording of like the review every time, where like someone is going to be like very harsh on them. They would prefer those kind of they would like safe bets constantly,
Mhm.
right? They don't want any volatility when they choose to send like a piece to someone. And so for that reason, I understand those people are there. Like like how Jeff said, he's done a lot of research and he's only reviewing stuff that he knows he really likes. I actually don't want to just watch channels that are only reviewing pieces that they buy. Like this hobby is very expensive. Like the very few people, maybe Mr. X, but like even then, very few people can just like, buy a bunch of stuff with their own money and it's only stuff they like. So those guys that are getting like stuff in from companies to review, they are like it's kind of good to have them because otherwise no one else would like show that piece unless I don't follow that many channels anymore, but like unless someone else bought it and then they get it in hand. But usually these channels, they'll be like the first to get it in. The company will send them the thing, like the sponsored thing. So the main point I'm trying to get to with this is the fact that the people that are not like overly critical exist means that you can have like a one-stop shop with the high production quality to constantly see
Yeah.
new pieces. There's a wide variety of stuff. I can't collect everything. If I'm only collecting stuff that I'm gonna keep in my collection, and then I only want to review that, there's not gonna be much to see on my YouTube channel. If you get what I'm saying, right?
Thank you again, stacking the $2 super chat. Appreciate it. Have a good night, buddy.
Yeah, have a good night, buddy.
Blackbird, what's going on, man? Great to
So-
see you. Anybody else on this?
I think it's
What do you
a
want?
it's a gift and a curse. I think, you
Yeah.
kind of have to take it for what it is. Like Buck said, like you're getting at least you're going to be able to see some variety because maybe they are getting sponsored. No one can really buy every statue and review every statue with super high quality. I get it. It's kind of like you're a salesman. I get it. You're going to get something for free. You have to give something back. That's the exchange. Like when
It's
people
like
watch this show, it's an exchange of goods. Like here, you watch it because they like the personalities. They like that we're buying pieces because we love them. We're putting them in our collection. We're not immediately getting them to sell them. We want them because like it fills a niche or it's a character we always wanted. Like Rashid just got Penguin. Like he always wanted a Penguin for his Batman collection. He's not putting it up to sell it as soon as he gets it. So it's kind of like you got to shop around for what you really like. I think.
I think even as a company, I don't know. I can't. My irk is like I was saying in the beginning. When I know there's a problem with something, and it gets just sugar coated, because people feel that sharing opinions publicly, whether it be on video, social media, anywhere, is going to get some sort of hatred. You're going to get. I don't know what the whole mentality is. This gang up mentality. And I think that's bad. I think it poisons the community. But not to get into that. That's a whole other thing. But for me as a company, that's fine. I'll send you my product, and I will get anybody to review it. We don't. There's tons
just
of
bad
reviewers on
business for
YouTube.
them.
But if I'm a company and I'm telling someone that I don't want any negativity, well, that's fine. But when the customer gets the product in hand, and they see the issues, right? Would the point not be to send? I like what Art does, right? Art gets the product in, prototype wise, and I don't necessarily see him tap dancing around any issues. He'll share the issues live, and I would assume that the company is seeing these issues in the prototype, and they make the necessary tweaks for production. That's how it should work.
But it's like tech YouTubers too. The company will do a cost benefit analysis, right? The really big YouTubers that review tech that would get something to review that might possibly even be negative. The company has decided it's worth it to get eyeballs on the product because they have such a large following.
Yep.
But that's where like even then there's some products they just won't send. Sometimes the company will only send the product that they're 100% confident in to people to review. They won't send some other stuff like because they just don't want the negative press on it. They will send the products they're fully confident in to the people to do reviews on, because that's just how they work. The companies don't like risk. They just don't. It's not good for business.
Yeah. Well,
I think it boils down to integrity.
I would show more respect to a company who can take the ownership for the issues of a product that they're releasing, take it back to the drawing board, and make the necessary corrections. Because then at that point, what's the difference? It's like buying subscribers.
Yeah.
In the sense that you're writing a clause or whatever stipulation where only positivity can be said. Well, okay.
Well, also, I think there's an element we could be overlooking, which could be if there is a agreement or a partnership, so to speak, for some of these statue reviews, the company probably is sending out one that does not have the production issues that you see after the fact as well. So it could be that the ones they get are in better shape and painted better. It could be that they don't have the faults they'll have in QC, or they actually made sure they pulled the best one, or you know what I mean? So the company, if they're smart and they're looking at it as a marketing tool, they're definitely not going to send their reviewers one that has a lot of issues if they can help it. Now, some of the companies I know, they send them around to different people, and when they send them around different people, there could be issues along the way because it's just getting packed back up, shipped. But if I was a company and I'm saying, all right, I want this to be a good review because we want to try to get these sold out, or we want to make a good number, we're trying to hit a target, I definitely wouldn't send one that came off, the line, or, a prototype that was not, done really, really well, because I just wouldn't leave it open for them to have a major issue.
Yeah.
If I could, I would do whatever I could to mitigate it. Let's put it that way. It's only good business.
Anyone else want to go on before we go? I think we.
I'd say one more is that they want like a controlled environment. A lot of the time, how businesses can get something where they have full control over. Sometimes they might ask. I imagine there's times when they might actually ask people where they want to send a review copy to. They say, once you've done the review, we want to look over it before you post it, and they'll have that in the contract. And then they'll tell you, remove this, remove that, remove this.
Yeah.
I don't know. We're all pretty speculating here. So
I think everybody's kind of brought some different points to it, and it's not to hate on anyone. Like if that's the way you'd like to do your YouTube, like that's fine. That's everyone's decision. But it's just I'm speaking for myself. I thought it was a good topic to discuss because.
Hey yo. Does that music sound like porno music to you?
Fuck. I don't know what the hell.
I use it every time I use it every time I do something. Rashid. I get no complaints.
Rashid, do you bring any anything to this conversation, Rashid?
He just did. That was his.
I'm going downtown.
Rashid's one of those reviewers. Rashid's really Rashid's the reviewer I was talking about, to be honest. But that's
doesn't sound like the art noise. So it's good.
I don't know, man. The way he was petting that Prime 1 penguin, I think they might have had a pocket on that one.
He was like, "Oh, your coat is so nice."
Yeah.
I don't comb hair, but I'll pet mink.
There you go.
Yeah, funny.
Let's get into some news. Good convos tonight, though. Kicking it off with Sideshow. This fastball special. Holy mac. I want to know what you guys think about this. The way it was rolled out, the way it was executed. 2 versions here, right? That original teaser that we got back in, I want to say January, which everyone was saying it's 5th scale with the back of the comic book, which was legit. It's the one here on the left side, coming in at a price point of $7.55 at 5th scale, 19 inches tall. And then they surprised us releasing a larger scale one, 24 inches tall, without the book, without that background book, for $1,050. What do you guys think about that? Not everybody at once. I thought we were
Sorry.
I thought we were a show to discuss this.
No, I'm
shit.
trying to figure out which one was it.
Everyone's focusing on the music now. That's the problem.
What's the estimate for the comic book version?
705, 755.
Okay.
That's a 5th scale. Smaller.
5th scale.
I really go ahead, Slifer.
I think it just depends on what you want, how you want to display this piece. Like, I think people thought that they were going to get both. I never thought that this was going to be a combination. I always thought it was going to be like it's going to be one version versus another version. And sure enough, that's what they did. But I don't think it's a bad piece for what you're getting. Like, I don't think it's expensive. I think you get two characters. It's going to look good in your X-Men collection. I don't see a problem with it. I think the comic book one is more kind of like a one-off. If you want something one-off, like it might look good if they did like, I don't know, did they do those color versions or they were all bronze where they were kind of like popping out of the comic books? I can't remember who did it. They did color too, right? Like that would work with this. Like that's cool, but like for regular X-Men collectors, they're just gonna get the regular fastball. They're not gonna get the comic book. I think it's just a little gimmicky.
From what I understand, that comic book is removable as well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I believe. Let me see if I have a photo.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna hit at.
So that comic book is.
How do you know if you're looking at the 5th scale or the 4th scale? Then?
Well, this is the 5th scale, but the comic book is removable, from what I understand. It says here.
Oh, okay.
Am I correct or am I wrong on that?
Yeah, you're right.
No, you're right.
So what does he come with then? I guess just a foot. He'll come with his that boot there, right? Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So that's.
Oh no, it'd have to be two. It'd have to be Colossus and Wolverine, right? Come with an extra bottom.
Yeah.
Me and Steve were talking about this the other day, trying to figure out where the extra parts would be going into. You know, like where the seams are at.
It's definitely the feet.
Yeah, it's the two legs.
It's the top of Colossus's boot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then I couldn't figure out Wolverine. I think Wolverine's maybe his whole leg.
I think it's his boot too.
It's just his boot. It's just
I think it's boot. I think his leg goes down in the hole in the comic enough that you can't really see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you can magnetize the boot.
I mean,
I
I
like it. I like it.
This is the one I would get. I feel like I would get this one.
I think this is the better purchase for the better bang for your buck.
For the money too.
Yeah. Different if you want to put them with your like larger scale companion pieces, your larger scale pieces. Then I can see going for this version here, the larger version. But
yeah.
The only thing that bothers me about this piece is his hand, Colossus's hand. I think it's just in the. It's still too much in the post motion of a throwing motion, but I don't know. That's just my own personal thing, I guess.
I do agree with Blackbird Tech. You're saying that nice to see them offer an alternate display.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, and size scale. You know what I mean? 1/4 and 1/5.
So I was thinking about this too the other day. To me, like they wanted to give collectors the option of 1/4 or 1/5, right? Because so many people asked for it.
Yeah.
But I think they wanted to keep the comic book on the 1/5 to incentivize sales for that one, because they know if it was just the same thing for both, everybody would just buy the 1/4 scale. and I think
Well-
they've already had this in production or
Yeah.
partly in production already. So that's why they didn't put the comic book on the 1/4, because this is coming out in July through September of this year.
That's quick.
Yeah.
So 4 months. So they had to have this already queued up, basically.
You know what? You know what I would say to that? I would have done, because I was thinking about this as well. On the larger scale, I would have made the comic book a timed exclusive, like they're doing with the Batman.
But I think majority of people are going to buy the 1/4 anyways. I think the comic book at this point was an incentive for people to buy the 1/5.
To move towards the 1/5 as opposed
Yeah,
to
because
the larger.
because they already started on it, I think.
Mhm.
But they were trying to listen to the community by doing the 1/4 after the fact.
After.
What if they did the quarter scale with an unmasked Wolverine? That'd be cool too, right? But it doesn't go to comic. I like an EX or something.
Like a swap out.
Oh yeah, just
Yeah.
to swap out. Yeah.
I think Wolverine's basically one piece of the statue, besides his leg on the 5th. On the 4th, I think he's just all one big piece because I couldn't find any seams on him.
That's another good segue. This caught my eye. I don't want to be negative, but I gotta mention it. If I do it with one, I gotta do it with all. This scene
flames.
here, man, the flames. This has to get taken care of.
But this is
Right
just a prototype, John.
I understand it's prototype, but I gotta say it. Unfair. Caught my eye, so I had to.
Oh, the seam right there.
Yeah, that has to be taken care of.
I
Because
don't-
it's right at the front.
I don't think they're gonna. I think this is how
It
it's
is
gonna
what
come
it
out.
is.
Yeah, I think this is how it's gonna come out.
Probably.
Okay.
So
Yeah, not a deal breaker at all, but it's just something to mention because that's what we do here. I wanted to give a shout out to, of course.
Yeah, but that's the
Go
part of where the comic comes out, right?
behind that,
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's the part where you got to lift that up, right? That's where the comic comes out completely, right?
I don't know how they do it.
You could kind of see
It might all come off. I don't know. It might just the comic might just slide in behind the flames.
Or right on top of, that flame might come up to like a peak and
Yeah, it could.
You see what I'm saying?
That flame could be attached to the book,
right, exactly.
and then it meets. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, you might be
That's what
right.
you're saying.
So I mean, they probably have to have the seam there if that's the case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This guy's pretty good.
I'm on
Quick,
the fence. I'm on the fence with this. I don't know. I'm thinking about getting. I don't know. I mean, I liked it.
Do they have the same issue on the quarter scale though with the seam? If that's the case, you
Oh,
can
yeah.
tell.
Yeah, look at the
I didn't check. Let's actually have a look because I'm on the sideshow.
Doesn't look like it.
good pickup. Good pickup, Jarhead.
You know what I'm saying? Because if that's the
Yeah,
case,
yeah.
then they
Yeah,
wouldn't have
here.
it.
Yeah, you're right. It doesn't.
It doesn't have it, so that's how
So that's
you
what it is.
remove the book.
Oh, you could see right here. It's only the one flame anyway. So yeah, the
Yeah.
larger
Mhm.
flames here. So that is what it is.
I think they should have made it this size, and the exclusive should have been the comic book. I don't think they should because
Two different scales.
I don't think they should have did two different scales. No,
Mm-hmm.
leave it as one unique one size piece, and the comic book. Because the way it sits, like next to, if you go back up there, the way it sits between Colossus and Wolverine
Mm-hmm.
in the X-Men collection. I mean, people want that type of display also to be able to say, I'm gonna put it in a comic book form or whatever. But everybody wants that unique collection, whether it be Star Wars and X-Men. And I think that they should have made it this same scale with the comic book.
That's why
Yeah, but
this was an afterthought because everybody wanted it. Everybody was saying they wanted a quarter scale.
Quarter scale,
This is
yeah.
exactly what happened. They were going to come out with the 5th like they normally do, and everybody was like,
Yep.
"No, we want this in quarter scale."
yep.
So that's why I guarantee that's what it was because that's why it's coming out so fast. It's coming out in July.
Yep.
That's that 4 months. So
The 5th was already in production, already gone,
Yeah.
and they were just going to do a 5th scale, and then everybody said, "Well, they want a quarter." Yeah, I agree with you.
again, that's why they
100%.
didn't add the comic book because now they're trying
Yep.
to sell the 1/5.
Make it special.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see where the arm detaches with Colossus' arm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see?
I mean, I think it's a good piece. I just wish that they kept it 1/4 and with the comic book.
Well, that's why they did what they did.
I do want to give Shout out to the artists, Will Harbottle on the sculpt, Ivan on design, as well as Rachel on design, and Ian McDonald, and Casey Love working on the paint. So shout out to them and their hard work on this piece.
I wish they would do the round table thing for this all their pieces,
Yeah.
because I kind of want to know what Ian McDonald did for this piece, because he's normally an artist, right? I don't know if does statues. So maybe he just did the comic
maybe
book.
some of the concept stuff.
Maybe he did the comic book. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just,
Yeah,
it was
he
just
might have
kinda nice.
done the art for the comic.
Yeah.
hmm
Well, it's a good looking piece.
I like the piece a lot, and it's growing on me more and more the more I look at it. And in when it first came out, like I don't remember when, but they did that little reveal a while back. I kind of was on the boat with the Colossus's hand being a little like distracting. The more I look at it, the more that feels like a highlight to me that I actually like that it's odd. Like it feels like it's just something different. They chose a hand
from the
there's
side,
a hand position.
The side looks even better.
So that
Yeah,
drives me
I
nuts. I'm
feel
Bob.
like I like that more and more the more I look at it because it just gives like a uniqueness to the piece.
the
To me,
actual piece.
also, yeah, I also think the best deal is the comic version with the options. I probably would only display it with the comic, and yeah, it kind of would probably be in its own section with other maybe unique looking X-Men pieces that aren't just part of the group or whatever, like a highlight type piece that just kind of maybe like in a corner of a shelf. Feels like it would fit in a corner good with that comic, but that's just me.
It doesn't make. Yeah.
I
Looking at this
don't.
photo. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, dude.
No. Please go. My
I mean, that's pretty much it. Here's the thing, though, real quick. All of this, I know I'm getting ahead of myself here, but there's a lot of stuff you're getting ready to show. I'm sure good. A lot of sideshow stuff's come out lately. I feel like it might just be too much. I feel a
Too
little
much all at
overwhelmed
once?
by choice. Yeah, well, it's like a lot of it's like it's great. It's their 30th anniversary and stuff, but it's like there's a lot of stuff I like, but there's no way I'm gonna be able to buy it all. I mean, not. It's just too much to get into all at once, and I don't know if that's a larger discussion where it's like, is that really a good thing for Sideshow to release all that at once, or are they going to be holding a lot of stock this year?
We're so close to each other. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean everything's right on top of each other. Everything's getting closer to $1,000.
And I
Some
think
of
we
the pieces
discussed-
are $1,000, and
We touched.
it's like a lot of this stuff I really like. I like the and it's just like, damn, they're obviously trying to take all the business from everybody else. But Jesus,
This
touched on it a little bit where the price point of you're looking at other companies paying closer to $2,000 on a piece. Sideshow's like, let's knock 2-3 out at that price, so people can be like, hey, well, I'm getting two
More
pieces
for
here,
buck, yeah.
more bang for the buck, right?
Yeah, for sure.
I did want to mention here quickly. We were discussing the flames. I was looking at it a little bit. It looks like this part is attached to the book, but it looks like this is a separate piece because you can see the gap here. It doesn't touch the book. It looks like it keys in closer here to the other flame. So it looks like that's part of the book. This would be a separate piece that keys into the base and the book.
kind of like an in-between piece.
Yeah, an in-between piece. But even if you look here, you can see that it's like the flames are not touching the base proper. There's a gap between the base and the flames, and I almost wanted to see it like these flames here on the book, where it's sculpted into the book, sculpting this into the base, so it meshes better. It runs.
They might not be able to do that though. How it's engineered,
Well, you know what, Jarhead, you do it, Jarhead. You figure out a way to do it. I'm just saying, from this angle, seeing that it's the flames are elevated a little bit off the base.
Yeah.
I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It just caught my eye.
But that's not the same. That doesn't the 1/4 doesn't have the same problem, right?
But the one, let me see. It does. Look,
It's lifted up.
you could see the flames are lifted up here. Look at the space in between, from this angle at least. Look here.
I think I know. I think I have an idea why that was, because they don't have to engineer two separate pieces of extra flame for the switch out leg on the 5th scale. Because if that was the original one they were going to do, if you look at that piece of flame, now they only have to make that one piece for all of them because it's separate. Whereas if they had done it kind of fitting together around the piece that also fits his leg when you swap it out on the 5th for the comic book version, then they would have had to change it out. You'd have 2 separate flame pieces. This way they just have that one piece right there they make, and then the one little piece for the leg, but it leaves that seam. I mean, it just seems like that kind of issue where it saves them some money in production.
Nothing major, but it's just something.
No.
You mentioned the good with the bad. It was something I noticed.
Yeah, for sure. It stands out. I think more from the side than from the front, but yeah, it stands out.
Some people need to realize how deep the statue is. It's really like, it's like what, over 20 something inches deep, I think.
I'll pull it up here.
Yeah, it looks as deep as it is tall to me, looking at it or close to it.
You're looking at 25 and a half.
Yeah, that sounds right. I think it's interesting too to note the engineering of how they're doing him holding, because I don't know if I assume Wolverine will be.
Well, we were studying,
but it's like
we were studying the seams. There's a right where his hand is meets his little the wrist rest. The wrist.
Mhm.
There's a seam right there too. So I
The
think
wristband,
I think the hand's connected to Wolverine's leg, and I think Wolverine's probably pretty light.
Yeah, he's got to be pretty
It would
light.
have to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anybody else have anything before we move on this?
Is anybody picking this piece up?
Nah. Not for me.
Not yet.
I'm thinking.
That's not for me.
I'm thinking about
You
it.
thinking about it, Rashid?
Yeah, 'cause, you know, I'm an X-Men fan, and X-Men is big right now, especially with the new animation out. You know.
Yeah.
Did you start watching it yet? I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, I like it. I like
Dude,
it.
It's good.
Yeah, the second episode is definitely, you know, better than the first one. But
Let me know when the agenda comes in.
nah, I know gender right now.
Yeah, it hasn't really nothing yet.
Nah,
I've been waiting for it. I've been waiting for it too.
Not
though.
yet. Not yet.
Has it?
Nah, I think they're going to well, let me not speak because of course I haven't seen the whole thing. Hopefully it'll stick to kind of like with the comic book version and everything be all right.
I hope so.
All right.
We did the statue prices, right? So this was a little controversial, this one. We did this back in January, and this was the only photo we had when we did this. This is when we launched Prices Right. So we only did it based on this. We didn't do it based on another one being made, anything like that. So unfortunately, based on all the bids, this is going to be the first case where everyone actually overbid. Some of the bids line up with, of course, the quarter scale, but that was not the project at the time. That was not what we were bidding on. It was what we were seeing in front of us. So everyone overbid. Does that make sense? Because
We've been robbed.
that doesn't make sense to you, Buck?
This is horseshit.
It makes sense. I'm just
Okay.
saying it makes sense that you stole from us.
Wow. Makes tons of sense. If we were to
God-
go,
the goddamn
I think
man.
it was D-Rock got a nail on the head again. But
Okay, then don't worry. It makes
yeah,
sense.
we're gonna, but we can't. We just can't use it because it's. Were you
John,
on
you
this list, Buck?
son of a bitch. I won. Come on.
Wow, I thought Phoenix was here for a second.
Yeah, no, I was trying. My best Phoenix.
Jarhead, we discussed this. I think it was Chatter That Matters. I want to say,
Yeah.
one of the shows, and this was your idea of kind of having the
3 dials.
the 3 dials together, and I kind of just threw a little graphic together. People seem to be liking how it looks, man. So I think you're onto something.
Yeah, I mean, it was because when that came out, I was like, you know what, it would look really good because I wanted that Batman versus Batman who laughs anyway. So it was like kind of like it just made sense.
It's 3 different types of Batman too, 3 different artist interpretations.
Yeah, which is pretty cool.
That's cool. Yeah, it's like Finch, Babbitt on the left, I think, still because it's Prime One,
And Bell.
Yeah.
and then in the middle, it's kind of a mix.
Well, Bell's
Kind
the
of original.
sculptor of the
Yeah.
Batman. So
It's Batman.
Yeah, so Bell, yeah,
But I
he's
thought that was
using
cool.
he's using a little influence from about 2 or 3.
It's a cool
I'd,
looking setup.
I'd like to kind of continue this a little bit.
How many of y'all getting the Batman versus Joker?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna pick it up.
Thinking about it.
I'm gonna put it in the closet though.
See, the problem is
Where?
I'm thinking about all of them, and I don't want to do that. So
Don't think
all these
Joker-
releases that have come out recently, there's like every time they pop it out, I'm like, yeah, I think I get that. It's too
See, if
much.
I was just my line was just Batman and that was it, it would be easy, you know. But I don't know.
It's a nice piece, but man, that's a lot of dial pieces you're gonna put in your collection. It's gonna be hard to kind of fit everything in.
Depend
9
on
days
See, I
left.
can't.
depend on the space though. Like if you got one
Yeah.
statue,
Oh, because
style, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I just
two-
feel like they're gonna be different scales a little bit too, because Prime One always does a little bit bigger than regular fourth scale,
Mhm.
and you're gonna notice the difference when they actually come out. I think.
But you know what? I never cared about that. With if that piece is a little bit bigger than that, to me,
Some
all
people do. Some people do.
yeah. But you gonna go crazy. I'm just saying in general. You go crazy if you trying to get every piece to match up. It's impossible.
Yeah.
If
But
you
that-
try to
Mhm.
make every 1/4 match up and say, oh, this is a little bit bigger. Nah, I don't care for that. As long as you walking by and you saying that, you know, you like, wow,
That's a
both
cool
of these
piece.
pieces are dope, then that's all that matters to me.
when you have statues like this though on different levels too, that helps with that. You know what I'm saying? With the size difference, if you care about it, but you know, it creates a different look because it's not on the same line, same field, you know. So
Mhm.
I think that'll help with that.
AO brings up a good point. Did they stop doing 1/3? This is Prime One because it was too big or not popular. That Batman
a-
versus Killer Croc in 1/3 would be amazing.
It'd be too much.
No, it wouldn't.
I mean, these are still huge.
I don't think
The
it'd
the
be too much.
Bane versus Batman is like John. You said you could barely
Yeah, but
that thing barely fit on
okay,
your
listen.
dining room table.
But it doesn't matter. I have space for it, so I would want it.
Okay.
Everybody's
Mhm.
different, man. You can't. It's tough.
No,
to
I'm
say,
saying he's asking a question. That's what I'm saying. They're too big for right now.
But you can use the same argument that Sideshow's going and making these pieces too tall for displays. They're too tall.
Mhm.
So Prime One's making them big, height wise, size wise, maybe all around a little big. But you could argue that's. I'm hearing a lot of collectors saying Sideshow's going too tall. It's just with this. I think it came down to shipping, cost, and demand. Sales weren't there. I think people were the shipping a third scale diorama like this would be. But for me, it made no sense to pivot from the dioramas from 1/3 into quarter, because now what do? If you're a third scale collector, do you pick up the quarter scale diorama? And if you're a quarter scale collector and you wanted the Prime One, Bane, and the rest of them, Batman versus Superman and so forth, what do? Wait and see if they do a quarter scale? I don't know. It's like a crossroads now. That I don't necessarily think was smart for them to do.
I think it's funny you said that because when I was reading that question, the question is really good because it's deceptively good question because none of it makes sense to me. When I read that question and I think about Prime One, like if I was in Prime One and I was trying to figure out what I'm going to do, I think that the quarters that they're making because they're the same size as the 1/3s, and they probably have more detail on a smaller like scale. You have to do all that little extra detail and painting and stuff. I feel like they're spending more money making these than they would have like something like Batman Batcave or something, you know what I mean? Like Hush. Like when they were just doing third scale pieces, this feels like way more work for the same amount of money. To me. And I don't understand how that financially is better. Sales can't be I don't think sales are better really for these quarter scale dioramas than they would if they started making quarter scale figures. Maybe that made more sense, but once they were like putting in all these dioramas, I just don't know. To me, it just doesn't make sense.
I lean more towards cost and stuff. Like I'll put this into Buck and Slifer's wheelhouse here. in regards to like let's look at anime for example. I feel like there's a lot of anime pieces that are. 1 second. Give me 1 second before I give my point because I think Matt had mentioned he had to bounce early morning tomorrow. Matt, take it easy, man.
Yeah.
Good to see you.
See you later, Matt.
Take it easy,
All the
man.
best, man. Have a
See
great
you
weekend.
guys.
buddy.
Ken, D Rock, Slifer,
Later.
Jarhead,
Later.
Knuckleheads, two Knuckleheads.
Have a safe
Have a good one,
drive.
Matt.
Wow.
All right. Happy birthday, cupcakes.
Wow. Thanks, buddy.
They're
All
gonna
right, guys.
eternal
All the
rivals. Buck and Rashid, eternal rivals.
Yeah,
And
totally,
it's
man.
not a rivalry if you always come out on top.
Oh
Well,
shit. Okay.
with this
All right.
with this music you might. Anyways, so
Who's gonna be on top, John?
listen, I turned this to Slifer and Buck. Anime pieces. I think anime pieces are extravagant, tons of resin work, very large. The different very large pieces, people still buying them. What I see the difference is price point. The price point is there's such a gap between the price point that I think that's where the downfall is. And I think when people look at the whole shipping cost and the price point together, that's where it becomes an issue. Would you agree on that?
I think if you get an anime piece from Prime One, it'll still fuck you in the ass. So like,
Well, that's nice to speak like that.
sorry, go with the theme of the music. It's because like, I think honestly they just dropped the scale because they didn't think they would sell too well if they kept on trying to sell 1/3
1/3.
dioramas. Like, because if you look at the ones that were still remaining and how they discounted them like crazy so they could sell them,
Yeah.
I just don't think like the market for people who are able to display things that are so large and also willing to pay for that. These quarter scale dioramas are already kissing like 2K, and so with the rate at which they're releasing them, they just like what's the gonna be the new floor or like ceiling for the pricing on the 1/3
Mhm.
dioramas? It will easily always go above 2K, and then they'll be selling to a very niche market, and like
They'll be
you know,
forced to make more sales
and then
to balance themselves out again.
Mhm. like
I could
and
agree
then
with
it's
that.
like, can they even make those sales? They might then think, oh, people aren't buying as much, so we got to increase the price, and because they fall into that situation where it's like, because it's too big or it's already too expensive, the few people that are buying it, like if anyone that's even buying it like drops out, that's a huge chunk of the revenue they were hoping to gain if like one piece itself is particularly expensive, right? So I just think there's a lot of factors, and it mostly just comes down to things are too expensive for the company and the collector at that scale.
Fair enough. Star Wars addict, what's going on? Never too late. Appreciate you stopping by.
And just to tack on to what you said, Buck, and they're also still, I mean, the Dio on the left with Killer Croc, that's a super niche Dio anyway, because Killer Croc's not even in the top, 5, 7 Batman villains. So it's kind of a niche statue anyway. I think personally, out of the Prime ones in this picture, the one on the right will probably sell better than the one on the left.
Well,
Really?
you think Batman Who
I
Laughs?
think
Killer Croc?
Batman Who Laughs is a more popular character than Killer Croc by sales. Just by sales.
That's
I would ask you
I
this,
disagree big
D-Rock,
time.
do you think that's the case for the statue collecting audience? I don't believe so. I feel like not many people have read those books. Like within the
you guys haven't noticed how many different Batman Who Laughs statues have come out?
But Killer Croc is a famous character too. You got to
Yeah,
remember.
but how many Killer Croc statues have come out?
You got
What's going on, Fat Tycoon?
you
Good to
have
Do these companies make a statue and then say, "Hey, that character didn't sell well. Let me make 4 more of these"?
well, you
I
made
They
feel
definitely
like
don't do that with Harley.
you
if
had
I
the,
was to
So I
rebut
think
you had the
if I was to
Arkham,
rebut
you had the Arkham Killer Croc. You had
touch that,
the DC Killer Croc versus Batman. You had the Killer Croc by Sideshow. I won't say Batman Who Laughs is a more famous character than Killer Croc. You know, I think Killer Croc. A lot of people, Killer Croc has been in the animated movies.
I think he just speaks to a very punk rocky type group of collectors. that really like that style of like sadistic and like they want a more like badass Joker. I think that's like it speaks to them. That's why a lot of people are like infatuated with the Batman Who Laughs. I think that whole dark line and it's
Yeah,
it's a very niche kind of market for that. Like, you know,
but the
I
character's
don't
not quiet though. Like
sadistic,
the
but
the the excitement for the character to me got a little quiet once they stopped putting him in the book. I mean, when he was in the book, don't get me wrong, the book was doing well.
Yeah, book
Yeah.
was
But then,
popular.
yeah, because that was like around it blended in going into COVID.
Yeah.
And but I bought every issue.
Right.
And don't get me wrong, they created a new crazy character, but then
Yeah, and
all of
it's
a
a character
sudden,
that's not going anywhere
all of a
for a long
sudden
time.
they stop using,
Yeah, but
stop
What's going on,
it's
Mitchell?
like it's like an Elseworld Batman. It's like saying you want like the Gotham by Gaslight Batman to constantly appear in like the
Yeah,
main universe.
yep.
So
I can almost guarantee you that they have issues planned for the next 5+ years with that character. They just aren't going to keep bringing them out every month. They'll just hold him for a little while, bring him out every maybe 6 months or a year for a special event.
yeah,
Um,
Batman versus Croc
but yeah,
had 300.
I think that's a better piece though.
Batman versus
Batman
Croc had
versus Croc.
300 pieces made, and that's the ES right now. And Batman versus Batman Who Laughs is 350 right now. So that's
But,
the ES.
to what you said, Jarhead, it's like I think he had like a flash in the pan moment where like where the point in time where his popularity hit its peak and everybody was kind of making statues. The small figures were getting like Batman Who Laughs statues. The you were getting, but even in terms of like the main companies making stuff, I mean, XM did their Batman Who Laughs, Sideshow did one, um, Prime One did the 1/3,
Queen Studios did this too.
Quinn Studio did the one on Throne.
Yeah.
But I feel like outside of that, in terms of companies double dipping, the only two companies that have done that with their character would be XM and Prime One. And one thing that I've noted is even though Prime One's like metal line in general, the statues are really amazing looking. They don't I don't think they perform too well. They they're almost always still available, even to buy from Prime One's website for a while. And yeah, I don't know how popular the character and that storyline is with the statue community. I feel like the majority of the statue community doesn't read comics that much. At least that's my general impression, especially like currently. Like they don't read like the modern stuff that
Yeah,
much.
they're not reading that stuff that's necessarily coming.
Well, I'll say this, but I feel when it came to the metal line, it was for the look. I don't think too many people was reading the actual story
Yeah.
because if they did, they would know that it was mostly Batman laughing Grim Knight, who was
Mhm.
mainly in the story. The other ones were just one shots books. So,
Mhm.
We'll
But
keep an eye out. We'll see where the we'll see where the ES lies. Sales are not gonna, right
there's
now
so
that's
many
like
other- Sorry, go ahead. John.
no. Right now it's at 3. Like I said, Batman Who Laughs 350. Croc is at 300, and we'll see where they fall if that's where it's gonna stay. But I know
you see yourself, John, getting.
I don't see myself getting any of these.
Oh, okay.
Except I've considered the Sideshow one, to be honest. But the other two, I can't. I want to. I got my Bane versus Batman. I want to get I'd love to get the other two 1/3s eventually down the line. And yeah, can I get the Croc and Batman? Sure. And play around with the perspective? Yeah, that's definitely something I can do. Maybe something I will do. But at the moment, it's nothing that I'm willing to pull the trigger on and make that decision.
I think like
And
the
see-
best statue
yeah, go
here
ahead.
is the Batman and Croc. Like that's the best one.
But I'm not too much of a fan of the Croc portraits, to be frank. But that's a whole other show.
Yep. I would consider getting the Sideshow one, and here's why. And it's pretty smart on Sideshow's part because I've been waiting on the Say Cheese Joker for a while. And after I see this, I'm like, you know what? I might just cancel that and get this instead. Save what? Plus the shipping, $700, and I still have a good Joker representation, and it would still fit well where I would have put the Joker Say Cheese because it's about the same size, really. Maybe even a little shorter. So for me, that's a win-win.
In regards to our convo with size, I know most of us can speak to it, but even most recently, Ken can speak to it. Opening up that Prime 1 Godzilla versus Kong was massive piece, but the enjoyment you get out of it, I'm of the nature I rather have a piece that's kind of, I don't know, the smaller scale can set you. The smaller scale can have a ton of detail and kind of set you back as well, where you're like, wow. But I feel like these larger pieces Prime 1 are doing is they're just the amount of detail, the amount of what they've been able to pull out of these pieces in that scale is. I rather have one piece that's like a conversation piece, like fits the collection, as opposed to like multiple smaller ones. Or even, I'm at the point now where I'd like to sprinkle smaller scales in between the larger scales to kind of get that vibe going as well. It doesn't always necessarily have to be a large piece, but even seeing you unbox that Kong versus Godzilla, the first thought is not wow, that's massive. I wouldn't be able to pull it off. It's wow, that's incredible. How can I pull it off? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's me personally. But we can go to, if nobody else has anything in regards to this, we can move on to PCS had some news this week. With, I think this is one, a few people here were excited about the Marcus from Underworld. They have their Platinum exclusive on the PCS site if you buy directly through them, coming in at a price point of $13.95. This is third scale with an ES of 200, expected to release later this year, October to December. Rashid, this is something you were interested in, correct?
Yeah, but I'm gonna hold off. I don't know. I'm gonna wait. Till this next week to see if I'm gonna get it or not. I mean, the deposit is low, so it's like 130 bucks.
Deposit, if you go NRD, is, I'd have to go through the whole. Let me see. 139, yes, sir. But your thoughts on it, because you have the ECC version.
I like it.
Rendition of the character. You're excited for it?
Yeah, I like it.
You don't think it's a little purple?
Nah. Mm-mm. The same guy that painted mine painted theirs. There's different renditions of the color, because if you look at the ECC's life-size bust is a little brown instead of purple. And you got to remember, when they do all that makeup and stuff like that, we only see the camera. I mean, we only see like the after of it, everything's done. We don't see what the original made paint be. And also they use like that gray tint in the whole underworld.
What's going on, Vision?
You know?
Hope you're doing well, brother.
Mm-hmm. What's up, man?
Yeah, I could see. I could definitely see. Say that again.
I was asking Rashid what he thinks about the likeness. Is this based off the movie? This piece here?
Yeah, this is the Marcus off the movie. See, and like you can't compare it with this because you had different, like the ECC, like the movie tone is like mostly like a grayish, kind of like a light dark purple tone. So this is how he looks, you know. That's how he looks.
Do they have like, I guess like non-scene like backstage stuff where you could really get a look at it? Because I know what you're talking about. Like it was very like a dark movie, so everything.
Yeah,
is
you
very,
get
very
right.
dark.
You see like they'll do the makeup, but they always put that Underworld has never had Underworld. All the Underworlds had the dark
like a grayscale a little bit,
right? Tone. They,
Yeah, but
and you see
I
that
found
Yeah, there's
yeah,
one
up there, right there. That one
which
where
one?
he's go back up.
at the top.
This?
Yeah, right there.
Yeah, at the top. See where he's putting his chest out right there. Yeah. So Underworld has this type of tone through the whole movie.
It's like a
But then
filter.
if you look on to the left where he got his little wing right there, and the next is there's a little brown because the life size bus has a tan tint to it.
I think this is crystal clear. This is crystal clear with lighting from the set.
And then you got to remember it's multiple makeup that they put on because you have some that he has a tan tint also.
This was ECC. I think ECC nailed the paint here. Right? The tone, the grayish shoulders here, and the chest area here. I think ECC's paint here is great.
I don't think
here
you
as
need
well.
two, Rashid. I think you got a nice one, and then you
I
just
agree.
you get the William. I think the William will look dope next to him.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you know what it is? I just love this. I just love this movie. You know what I'm saying? And I just love the character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all. I mean, I
But
want
yeah,
to
I
see.
could definitely see the point of it being just a tad. It could be lighting, it could be whatever. Just a tad on the purple side. But I
Yeah,
threw
I
these
think-
comparison photos from the movie. The belt, whatever that you're gonna call that, was sculpted well. And compared to the ECC one, this one is sculpted as opposed to mixed media, which
Sometimes the mixed media like helps. I
it
think
looks
just the
yeah.
flow looks better. Like Rashid, you just got Ahsoka. Like the mixed meat, I've seen like sculpted versions of like her outfit, and the
Right.
mixed media just looks better. I don't know what it is. It just always looks better than even a lot of the customs too.
Yeah, but you want to
It
know
just
something
works
also? That Boba Fett, the acid armor,
Mm-hmm.
the sculpt, they did the same thing, except for they it was all sculpted, and I actually like to sculpt it a little bit more too. Like the only reason why I would get this second, first of all, because I do like the character, but I like that he's in non-flight mode, But I do love that's the purpose of him having wings, to be in flight mode. You know what I'm saying? So
Gabriel says he
I
doesn't
think-
have this tone in the movie, so that's good
Yeah,
to know.
let me speak to that a little bit too, because you guys are talking about something that's kind of in my wheelhouse. Color grading is the term you're looking for what they do on film, and the color grading in Underworld has always had kind of a bluish grayish tint from the first one. And there are some scenes that have more of it than others. And I think in the darker scenes, you're getting more of what like the ECC one looked like, where it has more of a grayer look. And I think in the more outdoor scenes where they're not doing as much bluing in the color grading is where it looks more like this. And also behind the scenes set photos probably look more like this from what I could see from the photos you pulled up. So I don't think either one's wrong. I think it just depends on which version you're going by, whether it was the on-screen version in a specific scene or maybe more behind the scenes or original props coloring that they did on the suit.
I think most people are happy about this, this release, and excited for this line.
It looks good.
Yeah,
I like the.
I think it looks good.
And everything.
So that's
how
what
long
it
you
is.
guys think it'll take? Wait, because then you think is Sasha gonna be selling this piece too? Right, they are, right?
I think. Oh, I don't. I have. Shoot. Yeah, it's up there already. I saw it today. It is there.
Okay.
But it's not the platinum exclusive.
But the platinum exclusive only comes with the
I want to say that plaque thing. No, let's see.
It's
I
a
have it
key.
up here.
The key to William.
The key to everlasting love.
I think it's the key. I'm pretty sure it's the key.
this thing here. There we go.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's the key to his cell.
Beautiful. It's a solid release. Price point's not bad. I think what's going for them I think the ES is a little high. I think the 200 is a little high. I think you got time to order this. But I think this is going to be successful because ECC is at that point where it's between it's been released such a long time ago. Yeah, it has that spot in the community, but the price point I think is unattainable for a few people. And this is just like a revamp where people can they'll get a little bit of a more affordable option and still have a good representation. Again, this is prototype, so keep in mind production is where we'll see the paint app and how everything lies. But so far,
I
so
think he
good.
needs wing options. I think that's what this piece needed.
The wing
As
option.
opposed to that exclusive key, I think they should have done like a little bit of a wing option in case you kind of want like a more compact, like optioning your setup and made it like just for the exclusive.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would have probably been a better exclusive.
Life, would you get this piece or no?
I'm not into 1/3, man. I'm excited that something's getting done. I would love to have like a Lycan and stuff like that, but I just 1/3 is just not for me. And I'm happy that it's being done for everybody though.
And that doesn't speak to the piece; it's just the scale. Yeah,
The scale doesn't work. Yeah,
yeah, for sure. I know Cash was excited for this one, so that's good to see and hear.
Oh, Cash, he's doing. Oh,
I think he was excited for this one. Yeah.
Rashid, would you get the Beckinsale character if they make it?
it has to have a strong likeness of Kate Beckinsale, else I can't mess with it.
How much faith you have in that?
Huh?
How much faith you have in that with PCS?
Thanks.
If he decides to go the PVC way, which I think he should for the portrait, then I can hopefully would believe that it'll come out. He has to give it that hot toy face
treatment,
right?
Yeah.
The rest, because Hollywood Collectibles tried to create Celine, the portrait with, of course, that when they're doing polystone, it just the light there is so hard to do lightness. When they do PVC, I think it just comes out way better.
So I got a question though. The Black Adam, Prime One did the Black Adam. It's hitting like it's real popular right now. That's all polystone, isn't it? Because that looks amazing.
Right, but
well, they partnered with Blitzway for that piece. So
we're gonna actually talk about that a little bit later on the show. I got a video to show you guys.
When they partnered up with something like you said, when they partnered with like Blitzway,
yeah, okay.
Now you're talking about something different.
Yeah,
know?
Yeah.
And I think Blitzway does PVC portraits. So
okay.
How about this baby? This is the Ghostbusters Gozer in quarter scale, the Premier Statue Silver exclusive. It's going to include both Terror Dogs and will be available to pre-order March 28th. So stay tuned. I think the dogs look great. All right. Have a great week, guys. We'll see you next week.
All right.
Next.
Yeah, let's move on.
It's cool. I mean, I was a fan of it, so I mean, I'm not.
I like the movie. I'm not really a fan of the collectibles.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. I like the two Terror Dogs. I got to still do a little more research on Gozer there, but
they look like French bulldogs.
Yeah. Well, a little uglier. How dare you say that about French bulldogs?
I have one, so.
Do you? Okay. I had English, but
I'm allowed to say it.
Yeah. All right, so here with Krang for all the TMNT, this is for our guy Vision. Which, if you're watching Vision, you can hop on. I don't know how well the hotel connection is, but Krang, we got a little tease of the arm, the hand there from the Jarek brothers. Mm-hmm. There you go.
See, the actual sculpt looks more different. Robotic than the actual sample picture or whatever you want to call it.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering what it's going to look like after they actually sculpt everything.
Mitchell's digging the Terror Dogs, and yes, it's that end roof scene, correct. Yeah, we'll see how they'll sculpt it for sure. A lot of people waiting on this piece who are collecting the TMNT line, so. And I started it recently too, the animated one. I'm enjoying it. I'm at the point actually where Krang's asking Shredder to give him the body, right? To give him some sort of mechanism so that he can just stop being a brain on the floor.
I mean, did they give specs on how big this piece is going to be? Because
1/3.
the robot's pretty big, man. No, I mean like just like height wise.
Not
Yeah,
directly.
it's got to be a
This
big
robot. This piece got to be humongous because this robot is really big.
Yeah, this piece is gonna be big.
I wonder how far they're gonna go with this line. Like, how are they gonna go all the way? Are they, because there's a lot of characters to be made? Or
Well, I think they would at least need to do people up in Rocksteady, right?
Yeah.
To go with
Yeah,
it.
I mean, everybody
April.
always tackles them. Krang is probably the only one that's never really been tackled. But then again, you could have made Krang like a proximity piece inside like a little, in anything. But if you're choosing to do the robot and it looks like he's stepping on something, so it's going to be a really tall piece. I don't know. It's going to be expensive. Probably the most expensive piece in that entire line.
I don't know, because I thought the Marcus was going to be more than that price. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know.
I think this is more involved than Marcus, though.
Say again?
This is going to be a more intricate piece than Marcus because he's got tubes and all this other stuff that's going to be connecting, and it looks like the base is going to have some type of wires and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
This is probably going to be a little more intricate, more involved.
Moving on, they put out a statement in regards to the Shredder, the issues they were having with Shredder. They went on to say, thank you for ordering our Shredder in 3rd scale platinum exclusive. Great news for the 75 collectors who were lucky enough to have gone the exclusive version. Those replacement hilts that they had with that Shredder, this was just like a touch, just an email to keep that communication open. So it's nice to see them send this out so that collectors are stay up to date and so forth. So I'll give them credit there.
Yeah. I mean, were they glued in, or was it like, were they supposed to be like that?
I think they were accidentally glued in.
Were they-
They were supposed to be
okay.
not glued in. Yeah, I think that
Gotcha.
was the issue.
Did John freeze?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
so.
I think he's frozen.
I know I was waiting for like a quick little comment, like, okay, moving on.
Yeah,
Mhm. So real quick, while we're waiting on him to come back, what height would y'all guess that that Krang is going to be in suit?
37 inches.
yeah, I was
I
going
was
to
going
say,
to say 36.
yeah, 36. I was going to say too, at least.
Around there.
Yeah.
His body's
If
going
it's
to be
30
really bulky too.
Yeah, and if it's 36 and it has all that mechanicals and the tubes and stuff, what price do y'all think? Any ideas? Any guesses?
I thought
2,400.
nah.
Yeah, I was thinking 20.
Bro, they're getting crazy with this line, bro. If
I'd
people
say
are really
between-
hyped for it,
I know, but like I said, and I know you said it's intricate, but I thought Marcus was going to be a lot of money, and it wasn't. I think it might be, this Crane could be maybe 1,400.
No,
no way.
There's no way, bro.
How much was,
If I'm right, y'all want a better statue?
how much was Devastator?
What statue you gonna bet, Rashid? You don't even sell anything. You're gonna bet a statue over here. Shit.
I'm just saying. No, because look at
Yeah,
the price. How
I'll
much?
take you up on that bet. What are you gonna put up?
Hold on. How much was the shredder? How much was the
Shredder was 1450 or something like that. Somewhere in there, 14.
You sure?
The Vision would know. He got it. He would know.
Yeah, I thought it was.
I don't
13.
memorize prices.
I thought it was 13 plus, but Devastator. I mean, this piece isn't as big as Devastator, but Devastator was what, over $4,000, right?
Yeah, at
Ish.
40 something inches.
Yeah, it's timed exclusive and all that stuff. Yeah,
It
so
was
right.
1,300.
Because this
For,
piece looks like it's pretty
Shredder.
intricate too. I mean, like
For
Jordan said, the hand, all the robotics on the hand, the whole piece is like it. It's going to be a pretty detailed piece.
Yeah.
All right,
And all the turtles.
I say it's going to be at least 25.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
too.
Mhm.
24.
I'll give it. I say maybe I say 1,700.
I'm gonna go
I think it's gonna be
1999.
well off.
What are we talking
well above
about?
that.
The price of the
Krang.
Crane.
Right, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be like a 40-inch piece, man. He's gonna be
It's
expensive.
going to be at least 36 inches, if not taller. Yeah, because he's like 9 feet. So if they're accurate, yeah.
All right, let's keep going. So we got. Sorry about that, guys. Blade. So Danielle got her blade. A good friend collector in the community. She got her museum blade in.
Did you freeze again, John?
Yeah. Is
Over
this the one
the-
that had some of the broken, like right here, like where the zipper is? There's
Yeah.
We're
zipper
get
broken
there.
off. And
We're gonna get there, D-Rob.
Yeah, I'm waiting for mine.
sorry, you froze for us on our end, so I was trying to.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So awesome piece. I think the weapons here look a little bit better.
There's less shading on them for sure.
The blade there
On the
looks
weapons compared to the first one.
Yeah.
The
base.
sword still looks kind of.
Yeah, I was just
You
going
know,
to say that coming out
plastic.
of the sheath, the sword looks kind of plasticky, huh?
It does look plastic. It has no reflected
great. Sheen to it
reflectivity.
or metallic.
Like that long, the line between the blade and the hilt, it looks
Yeah.
super cheap.
Yeah,
I
it
was
does.
looking more at the actual one on the other hand, but yeah, actually, do your mate.
There's no raised anything. It's just like there. I don't know.
Yeah,
And it's very flat, and it's painted very flat as well. So that's kind of a.
It's like a
odd
gray,
combo.
like a simple gray paint on there.
No, I felt like maybe they could have did a chrome.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause, I don't think that wouldn't have cost that much to chrome those.
Give me 1 second, guys. I'll be right back. Give me 1 second.
Yeah,
I think these
it would
pieces were
cost that
already
much.
done. I don't think they were gonna get changed.
Yeah, maybe.
I think the
I think-
spikes look better overall painted than the sword or the
Yeah.
boomerang thing.
Well, and the question looking at that is why not do them all the same? Shouldn't
Yeah.
they all be very
They
similar?
should.
Sheen, yeah.
I think it might just be like the angle of them that give them a little bit more of a shine compared to
Maybe.
the other pieces because they were all painted pretty similar when I had the IO piece.
Oh, I mean, even the glove. There's like some metal on the fingers. It looks like
It
that looks better than the
weapon.
sword. Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
right beside the sword.
Like the whole allure of his weapons, like being silver, was because
Yeah,
like,
right.
that was kind of like their weakness. You know what I mean? Like
right.
I don't know. Like
I mean, the sword should have been a highlight of any of the blade statues, in my opinion.
I mean,
It
yeah.
should be
You
done.
can't afford it after you pay his taxes.
Yeah.
Oh God. Oh boy. Of course.
Uh,
Here we go. No, I really like the way this piece came out. I think it came out nice, other than the swords not being really tuned up like probably they should have been. But I mean, this will probably be easier to fix because it's probably only going to be half of a sword. Like
You,
that
should,
just
you
comes
shouldn't
in.
have to. You shouldn't have to do that though.
Yeah.
Oh, I agree, but people already bought it. It's already
Yeah.
coming. So
Like you can even look the whatever those are on his jacket, the round cylinders. They're painted like a really flat, like silver, like looks like plastic.
Mhm.
But the paint on those spikes looks
Mhm.
totally different than all the other metal.
Mhm.
it's
Yeah.
it's a weird a weird choice of paint that they chose for it for sure.
Yeah.
Was this
Because
how
when
it
we
was-
all saw the prototype images, it didn't look like that.
No, not at all. It looked more.
We would have probably pointed it out if we saw it.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I wonder if that paint is just cheaper than painting it, more silver.
I know. I mean,
Or
like,
they were pushing production at a speed and they needed to not necessarily cut corners, but speed up production and pick simpler paint schemes because they didn't even do any kind of like weathering or anything either on
They
the
think,
handle or
They take all the time to make this detailed statue in the suit and the texturing. And something to me that seems would be easy would be painting them swords. I mean, a lot of this stuff I couldn't do, and I do some painting with models, but pretty sure I can handle that part way easier than some of the other detail they have on this piece. 'Cause it's really impressive.
Yeah.
That's an eyesore and an easy fix. I would think so.
You would think so.
Yeah.
I mean, they do look different. They definitely look like they're a lighter color than compared to the original, like from the dial. But no, from the dial. Like when I got the dial in, like Rashid will tell you, like some of his weapons look like they have shading on them a little bit.
Mhm.
But
I looked at the prototype just now.
yeah, I'm looking at it now too,
Yeah,
and
I
it
don't.
definitely looks lighter, like more
I think
shine.
I think all the pictures just like light directly on it, on the blades. Like they're bouncing off a lot of light from the photo set. I think it's always looked bad. I just think people didn't quite notice. The main problem isn't really the paint; it's the sculpt. Like it looks very thick and plasticky in the shape. That's my view.
Hey guys, sorry about that. Are you talking about the original one or this one?
I think for both statues, the
Both.
diorama and this one, like the prototype has always looked like this, to me, but like, yeah, I don't know. I feel like they always had the same like really thick and blobby sculpt to it, right? Where they don't have a particularly sharp edge. And then like the paint that they use, it looks pretty similar to me. It's just that what you're seeing here is like, yeah, this picture without the light coming in from the side like it
Yeah.
is on the others, you can see that it's pretty much the same kind of paint. And the sculpt is the same. I don't think it looks good here either. So, except for this picture where it's highly reflective, it looks nice here. But the one without the light hitting it directly, it's
Yeah.
like pretty much the same. The one with the measurements.
Yeah, without his glasses, it kind of looks like 50 Cent a little bit.
Many man. With death.
I think the Dio one has the Wesley Snipes portrait more, and this one is just Blade. Yeah, I guess the comic book version.
I think
Don't you think they use the same like base sculpt for everything?
Huh?
Like they use the same sculpt, like base sculpt for this one and the Dia. Is there any difference between the portraits?
Yeah, the portrait actually, to me, you have one that looks like Wesley Snipes, but this one, it doesn't.
Oh
What's going
wow.
on, Atticus? Thank you, buddy. I appreciate you.
One of the portraits with the dial definitely like Wesley Snipes with the
Whispers here. Hey, Whisper.
Was his like did he have a different expression than the ones
Yeah,
here? Or
he's like you know how when he snipes like
gritting his teeth.
Yeah, he's gritting his teeth. His lip thicker. So
So Danielle got hers in. Congratulations. She was happy with it. Unfortunately, looks like we have some issues. The zipper came broken on the jacket, and there was a hit, like a notch in the red base. So I think she's getting that rectified, and I don't think she'll get an issue getting a replacement. Now, something to keep in mind: Sideshow doesn't have these anymore in stock. So if you get one in and there's damage, keep that in mind. What's going on,
Is
Jimmy?
it still available on PCF?
I thought don't these companies make a specific percentage of overage? For that?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure whether
Okay.
they do that or not.
I mean,
but,
yeah.
But it's
a
showing
toss-up.
wait listed on PCS now, and on Sideshow it's wait listed as well. But they don't have replacements. As of last week, they don't have replacements. So
Wow.
That's Sideshow specifically, eh?
that's
Do you
Sideshow
think
specific.
you think PCS would have replacements since it's their product?
I would try reaching out to whoever you need to at PCS and trying to see if you do have any issues like this, try to reach out to PCS and see if there's a course of action that can be taken. I don't know if PCS will say, well, no, you bought it through Sideshow, you have to go through Sideshow. I don't know if that's going to be the case. I hope that's not the case. I don't think that would be the case. But just reach out to them and see, because they're waitlisted too. So it's it'll be weird to see how it'll be interesting to see how they tackle it.
That's probably not a good sign of like. I feel like Sideshow would be really careful not to let that happen for like.
Well,
consistently.
Well, I mean, like, would they want a partnership with a company that's not going to ever have that's going to have quality control problems and no way to fix them?
what's going on, Godlike?
Because then it looks bad on them, and Sideshow doesn't want that to be the case because they're really good with customer service usually, and I feel like that would fall back on PCS, and they might be under some fire there. But honestly, I wouldn't put it past, and I'm not trying to come down on PCS. I'm just saying I wouldn't put it past seeing what I've seen over the last few months with them, that they, for financial reasons, maybe didn't make extra and maybe would make them now as problems come through to cut costs. They would like push some through like a batch. Maybe that's just my opinion, but
yeah, you can share it. That's what we're here for. I just think PCS has their licenses, they got their product, they're pumping it. It's beating a dead horse. It's just it's that
That's
QC. It's the QC that needs to be tightened up because it's
Growing
becoming every release that's an issue.
You can be fast or you can be good, and most times you can't be both. You know?
I'll give them some credit.
You can be both to a degree, but you got
Listen, I'll there's nobody harder on them than I am. People want to use it as an excuse, as a learning curve. Let it be a learning curve. Let's just see how much time that learning curve is going to take to get back on track. To touch on Storm, we covered Storm last week or the week before. One of the collectors in the community had bubbling or some sort of it looked like a speckles of some sort of matter on the Storm's arm, and it was just a mess. And they had gone back and said that they were going to look at their product. Apparently, it's a much bigger issue than what was originally thought. So they're going to actually be, from what I understand, recycling the pieces. So anyone who ordered the Storm, there's going to be a delay in you getting yours. They're going to redo them, which is fantastic that they're going to be taking it back and reworking them as opposed to just getting it out to everybody. But that is why it's so crucial to get that stuff out right away. When you open something, you see something defective, just because goodness knows if that shipment was sent out to everyone, how shipping fees and how much of a mess that could have been. So it's really good news they caught that on time, and they'll go back to the drawing board and get that fixed. Hopefully, but that's just an update there for you guys.
But I think that speaks to what I was saying, and let me just be clear here. I'm not going to come down on them or anything. I'm just saying I think that the QC issues could be completely related to the speed of product that they're probably trying to get out in a timely manner. Because I'll say this, out of all the companies, the only company that's any faster than PCS, it seems, on most of the releases, is Sideshow, comparatively, lately. That includes they probably are releasing more pre-orders than Sideshow is, it seems like, almost, in statues at least, but they're also filling them faster than somebody like XM and Prime 1. So I think that comes with the territory. And let me make one thing clear real quick. I hope that they get it figured out, because the goal would be everybody gets great statues. That's it. So good luck to them figuring it out. I hope they figure it out.
If you have an opinion to share, you can share it, as long as you're respectful. I'm tired of hearing this. Not you specifically, but I'm coming down on a company in general. If you have an opinion, you share it. As long as it's respectful, you can state it and say it. It's an opinion, and it's the way you view a company. Sideshow's doing great, but they're not. They have to be careful too, because that Wonder Woman that they just released is atrocious.
Oh my God, yeah.
That Wonder Woman is very atrocious. I have pictures lined up. I'm going to see if we cover it next week, because we're getting into it a little bit, and we still got some more news to cover. But I'll cover it. That Wonder Woman is the worst release they've put forward, in my opinion. And we've tried, of course, lighting plays into effect, and I've tried to get images from different lighting and people who own it, and it's a weak release. Someone's letting out gas out of their tires. Queen Studios.
Or their ass.
Excuse me, guys. Sorry.
this is the big one. Queen Studios, the Marvel Avengers Hulk, third scale Hulk, guys. This is it. Finally hitting market. It's been the talk of the town, talk of the community for the last week. Third scale, fully silicone, glass eyes, punch tear, the works. Edition size is $299, and price point at a whopping $4,400 USD. The floor is yours.
My
This
God.
I think the articulating arm is a stupid gimmick. The head is nice, but the arms, the range of motion is so limited, and like the fingers or the wrist can't change. It just seems pointless. And if it's because it's silicone, if you start like
Fucking
articulating
with
it
it.
a bunch, it's gonna rip because it's like a flexible material. Like any kind of rubber, it's gonna rip. So I don't think that was a wise decision. I think the head articulation has more utility, and like it feels more like there's more use cases for that than the arms. Otherwise, it looks like a really good statue. It's a bit plain in the pose and the base, but the like skin texture, the portrait, it looks really nice. That's my thoughts on.
I feel like I don't know. I think I'm probably in the minority here, but isn't this like a little bit too late? Like, how many years are we removed from this? And I know people are gonna say, "Oh, people really love the Avengers. They want to collect them." These movie pieces, sometimes they just don't age well in your collection. I'm telling you, they just don't. They don't stand the test of time because a lot of times these companies are going to recast these people, and then you're going to be like, I actually like the way this one looks compared to the old way, unless you have like really strong nostalgia for just Mark Ruffalo Hulk. You're gonna, I don't know. I just don't see that, especially if at this price. If this was, I think, more fairly priced, maybe, but for like what, like it's probably going to be like $5,000 when you get it. Like, I don't feel like this is a $5,000 piece. Like, if maybe he was ripping a car apart, something, but like not this. Like, I just don't, I don't see it. Like, for the money that you're going to spend, and have they ever even completed any lines? Like, you really think you're going to get all the Avengers? I just don't see it. I don't know. Silicone.
I agree with you. It's like, I mean, this piece here is tailored towards people who really like this Hulk. I mean, I'm a huge Hulk fan. I mean, D-Rock, I know you are too. This doesn't appeal to me at all. I mean, it's well done. It looks amazing, but that price, even if it appealed to me, that price would knock it right out for me.
What is the point of the arms moving only a quarter inch? Like
no point.
Innovation,
no point
man.
at all.
Innovation.
It's a gimmick.
To charge you an extra $800.
The head thing I kind of understand, maybe more. Even that doesn't really move that much, but that the hands moving a quarter inch doesn't really make sense to me. Why would they even include that?
Because when they were talking price and they saw what they were going to have to charge for it, they were like, we got to add something in the video. So we're going to put in some articulation so that it seems more worth the price. But it is a gimmick. Buck hit it on the head.
You like this, D-Rock?
I actually do like it, and I'm going to come at it from a little bit different viewpoint. I have a custom like 77 Hulk. And so if I got something like this, it would be a nice like past original TV Hulk representation with the Frigno versus the present kind of movie representation for my movie setup area where I'm going to put some of the movie pieces. I'm not a big movie piece person. I like the way this looks. I wish they would have offered it without the articulation and it would have been cheaper. I'm not going to buy it for this price. It's ridiculous. I will find it maybe later or trade some pieces maybe later, and somebody who needs to get offloaded and is not asking $5,000 for it. Not even close. And I'll put it in like a glass case or something because of the silicone, but that's only if it comes at a good price. I do like the pose. I do like the sculpt of the body. I actually think the glossiness enhances it personally. I think it feels like he would look like that, and I feel like in the movie he did look like that as far as his skin. So to
He's gonna
me,
stink.
it really,
He's gonna stink.
it really hits all the cylinders, but it has to go behind a case. Like it couldn't be out. No way, no how. And like I said, a lot of factors have to come in play for me to actually ever get it, and it wouldn't be new, and it wouldn't be at this price, and all the above. So
I wanted to mention here for a second, actually. So Momenik Dilber's gonna have it for just 4,400 was what quoted by Queen. He has it for 47.60 USD shipped. So if you are interested, that's an option that you have, is to go through Momenik. I put the link there in the chat if you guys want to do that. This piece is stunning, in my opinion. This is, if this had come out around the movie time, oh my god.
Yeah, I think it would have killed it.
Yeah.
It did well.
Like I love Batman, the first Avengers movie where they brought the Avengers all on screen and that team up, that bond happened on screen for the first time. That one scene. This is like right behind Batman for me. And I would buy a whole Avengers line, silicone or not, having that scene depicted. The problem here for me is 100% price. To get this to me would be 6,500 Canadian. To get this to me. That's just not going to happen. And I wouldn't even pay that for a Batman piece, let alone a Hulk piece. And secondly is they're not necessarily going down the path of that scene that I would like. I would like to have that Marvel scene depicted in the films. And like the Iron Man they put out, he's launching, so he has the flames on the bottom of the base and so forth. But other than that, this as a release, I think that they were set up. This is my own speculation. The licensor set a price, and they had to come up with value as to what can they throw into this project to come up with that value for that price, that 4,400. And that's where that articulation comes into play.
Yeah,
it has to be behind glass, but visually, this piece is really this is nice. There's no ifs, ands, or buts from my perspective. This is, if production comes anywhere close to this, yeah, this is a very impressive piece.
John, what price point would you buy this at?
3
US?
3 US.
Shipped.
Yeah, I wish. Yeah, shipped.
3 shipped, bitch.
3 shipped, baby.
Yeah.
2,800. I'll come pick it up.
I can see this going for three grand.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Not including I mean, I actually like this Hulk. I think this.
Me too.
I think this will get the attention. I know comic book and movies different, but I think a lot of people look at this Hulk, just the way that when he grabbed the arm, and I'm definitely not a fan of the articulation, but just the fact that when he grabbed the arm, you see how big Hulk is. I mean, and then if you have this in your house, even though the LBS will get attention, automatically the size of this will get somebody's attention. I think it'll draw somebody in other people's collection. So I could see owning this. If they could do what ECC did with the Rosenberg and do that without the whatever that platinum grade silicone, this would demand that price, you know. But I don't think that it's smart to have articulation with silicone. I think that through the time, first of all, I thought you wasn't even supposed to be grabbing it like that anyway. And I have a feeling that, you know, I could be wrong. I don't know nothing about silicone. I have nothing to silicone, but I would worry that it would actually rip.
Don't lie, Rasheed.
There are types of silicone you can grab. Come on, but this is supposed to be like high grade medical like silicone, from what I understand.
It's a dope piece. I mean, and I'm not into movies, but I think that this, if you know, all the Hulk that got attention. Now everything's gonna be on this Hulk. The only thing the reason why people are not gonna mess with it, of course, is the price. You know, but
that's what it is. That's what it is.
But if they have like good payment plan where just so they can get it, I think people will get this piece, especially if it's depending on their payments. Yeah, they'll get it.
This is definitive movie right here.
Right.
100.
I mean, if you look at the feet, you see the
Yeah.
dirt. I mean,
Elbows.
just remember
Yeah,
Sideshow's
the elbow.
Just remember Sideshow's Avenger Hulk, and look at this now. Just look
Yeah.
how far we come. You know
Exactly.
what
Whole
I'm saying?
different animal. Mhm.
Look at that vein right there. It's crazy.
Mhm. I think the one thing is like I think they're labeling what version of Hulk it is. This feels more like Avengers 1 and 2 Hulk as far as the look. Does
Well, what
not
they
feel like
label-
Infinity
That's what
Saga
they label.
Hulk.
Well, they're saying though it's supposed to be that scene from New York. The New
Okay,
York
well
scene
then
from
it
the-
feels like that for sure. Yeah, more like
not
that
his
then.
portrait. I don't feel his portrait does.
What they saying? This is Infinity.
No, they're saying
This
it's the
pre-Infinity, yeah. First
Yeah.
and second Avengers look. Before he cut his hair and all that.
Yo,
If-
you think
if
Hulk
this-
wears those stretchy jeans?
This picture here looks like from Age of Ultron when Iron Man, like almost he was a little bit more angry. But when I first looked at this, that's what I thought it was from
Yeah.
Age of Ultron.
Yeah. And
But
see,
Like,
when
there's
I
some
see this,
artistic liberties in the portrait.
Yeah.
there is, but when I saw this picture, I thought of the scene where he turns to Cap because Cap says Hulk, and he
Yeah,
looks at him, and
smash.
they get that close-up shot, and he goes smash. That's what I
Yeah.
thought of.
Although
But it did
when you see him,
it is Liberty,
he looks a little different. I mean, like
a
when
little
this
different. Yeah.
this picture right here almost reminds me when the Hulkbuster dropped down and he was being all messed up from Scarlet Witch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I just feel like
It-
this piece in somebody's collection is going to stand out.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I
it's a
think
highlight piece for
The
sure.
attention is going to go straight to this piece
Yeah.
right here.
There's him next to the Iron Man. So
I'll be honest, like, if I had the space and if I wanted to put the money into it, I would set this right next to LBS just to have that comic movie
Comic
conversation.
versus movie, yeah.
Because they'd be almost the same size.
Yeah.
yeah, I can't imagine paying for LBS what we paid, and then that would be like LBS and a half.
Yeah, yeah.
And I can't fathom that personally.
It's not enough for the money.
Yeah, it's
not.
not. No.
It's
What's
not.
the ES?
It'll
What's it?
never be enough.
$2.99.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Blue's saying the definitive Hulk is Norton. If you,
I agree. Big Blue.
Yeah, me too.
Too ripped. It was just way too. I mean, this is the Hulk from the comics, the thick, girthy Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
I like the movie, and I did like that Hulk, but it's just way
it's a
too
different.
ripped. for me.
Yeah, it's a different take.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Well, this is
congrats to
more
everyone.
Kirby body. Kirby and Bushima body.
Yeah, and it's all what you like too. Yeah, it definitely is.
Yeah.
Vision took it off by 100. The price is right.
Dang.
So
They beat me by a buck. I lost by a buck on that one.
Yeah. So congrats to Vision. But yeah, congrats to everyone who's picking up. You should be proud. It's going to be a stunning piece to display. It's well done. I just some people saying I think it's a direct competition with J&D, in my opinion. Like that kind of wheelhouse, fully silicone, simple base, museum look. We'll see what happens with Queen. Queen's been kind of silent, and then they come out with these bangers. But I wish them the best, and hopefully they can focus and continue to knock out good stuff.
Do you think they're going to keep going? Because it feels like they feel very inconsistent.
Yeah, I think they're playing the market.
This Iron Man's out already?
Yeah.
Smart. They're just being.
Yeah.
They're like soup. They're all over the place, man. They really are.
Yeah, but but look, this is how I look at it. Okay, they're quiet. They're all over the place. But when they're coming out with pieces, people are dropping the money.
No one's saying that the pieces are bad. It's just the consistency and like how they release things. Man, that's I don't know.
See if Rashid remembers.
You want to pay $4,500? You're going to pay $5,000 for a Hulk that's probably going to come out in like 5 years.
I remember this piece. This piece, I didn't like it.
ECC. This is the back in the day.
The pose was terrible.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people liked it back in the day. You know, this was
Yeah.
like the but no comparisons. It's just it's crazy where we've come. I think the Sideshow one was better than this personally, but that was my take on that.
Which you mean the first Avenger Hulk?
The Legacy Effects, yeah. I thought that was when I got that piece, I was like, wow. At that time,
I didn't even open it up. I sent it right back to Sasha.
You're smoking some stuff.
Like, get this horse shit out of here.
Yeah, I think Queen is. What did they say was? I don't know what the. Did I put it here? Of course. Q2 of 2025. So, a year. A little over a year. So we'll see if that's if they stick to that schedule.
Is the Iron Man out already? Next to him?
I don't think so.
Even worse.
I don't know. I'm not going to say no. Yeah, I remember seeing it at the con. I don't know if that Iron Man's out yet.
Yeah, I can't remember either if they released it.
But again, I want the Avengers next to each other. That Iron Man base is taking him out of it for me with the flames. But I'm excited for people. I'm excited for people to get it, and I hope it's everything that's expected. That value is there. But check it out if you're interested. Again, Momentic, Dilbert put a good price there together, so I'll link it in the group afterwards. Let's keep going. Prime 1, guys. We're winding down. We're almost there. Let's just talk some Prime 1 here. Some new products.
I'm curious about this line that they might be pursuing, like this, darkest day, brightest night kind of.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're really gonna go like deep into this, because it wasn't a bad story. There was a lot of characters.
Yes, sir. Price point's not bad too. $7.99 for the ES. So Cyberpunk Harley. A lot of people waiting for this. This was delayed due to QC issues. This was supposed to be coming out in January. Got delayed, but she's finally here. People are excited. They're talking about it. Another Harley. For some, that's disappointing. For others, this is a rendition that they're looking forward to adding to the collection. You're looking at a price point of $13.99 with an edition size of 400 for now for the deluxe, and the regular is $1,099. We don't know the edition size on that one yet. Of course, Art Germ, inspired by some of his work, or his work in general. But we got the Hyenas, all mechanical, and her as well, with some awesome portraits. What are you guys thinking on this?
Why?
All right. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next week.
Why do we have to do this? Why?
It's too many Harleys for me, in my opinion.
It's so much.
I actually like this piece because it's different.
It has like that Blade Runner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
I really like this piece.
It's
I
different.
mean, when I get it, I wouldn't get it, but it's something different.
You know what's funny about it is, like, Harley's not a character I would collect more than one statue of, and I'm not like a big, huge like Harley fan. So for me, it's kind of cool to see a different version of her that I actually kind of like it. Like, I think I would buy this before I would buy that Darkest Night Batman or whatever.
I would agree with that.
Just because I'm tired of Batman being changed so much and all these other statues. And I'm like, well, I don't give a shit if Harley's changed. Actually, it makes her cooler for me. So
the attention
and I like the
on
cyberpunk
hyena
look.
is nice. I love that hyena.
Mm-hmm.
That adds so much to the piece. Yeah.
Her leg is really cool. It's going to look really good. Done by Prime 1. All that shit will look really good. You're going to get a good. Like, it's going to look good.
This would be
What
my
scale
pose.
is this? It's quarter, right?
This would be my pose. No, this is. Is it quarter?
It's going to be third. Oh, it's quarter.
It's quarter.
Jesus.
You got to really love Harley if you want to get this piece.
I like going with the tongue out.
This one here.
This ain't no punchline. Get this shit out of here. Okay.
Wow.
With her bum leg.
But nice to see it hit the market and not be a canceled project, because there were people who were excited about this.
That's how it seemed for a lot of pieces.
Like this is gonna get canceled.
Remember that?
I would take this over that Ivy though any day. That Ivy they just brought back from the dead.
The Arkham.
Oh yeah, I would take this over that Ivy.
I agree. But for the price, I wouldn't. But for a quarter scale,
well, yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, but look what you're getting here, though.
Yeah, I mean, I
But
like the
you're
base
right.
and stuff, but
It seems to be the same thing with the Hulk. Is what can we include to
validate the price. Yeah.
price? Yeah.
I think the hyena might be the coolest part.
Yeah,
Honestly, now that
I
I've seen
agree.
the whole hyena.
How many Harleys is this already? What is this? The fourth one?
I don't know, man.
I mean, is this
Because
really
we got. They're putting their name on it.
It's kind of like a. It's kind of like you
Cyberpunk
could have done
Harley.
this as a one-off with not even put. They're just putting
Jesus
her name on
Christ.
it so they could try to sell more. They
This
could have
is a
done this with
stupid
a
line.
unique original character.
You gotta understand, Slifer. When they try to do other characters, they gotta cancel them. So they
Oh
gotta
my
stick
God.
with what sells.
This shit is trash.
Next
I never,
time,
I
buy the
hardly ever
1/3,
say this,
buy their
but I
Constantine,
hate this.
buy
I
their
hate
Grail.
this. We just like, why are you wasting like
What's going
your-
on, Ramo?
your
Hope you're doing well,
your
brother.
production time and like concept on this? Like,
Some people
who
actually like
cares?
this, Slifer.
But who will they buy it?
Slifer, I say that about anime pieces every day I wake up.
John,
just joking.
don't talk
I'm
like
just
you're gonna
kidding.
buy this piece, please.
I'm just kidding.
Don't
Oh no,
talk
I'm
like-
not buying it. Oh
you
no,
would never
I'm
buy
not
this
buying it.
piece.
No.
So
Now, but Slifer, I could see anime fans buying this piece.
Not
I was-
I don't know any
possible.
anime fan that would buy this piece.
Tech,
Only
I
fucking
want that
generic
tech look.
I
Harley
can see
fans.
Buck. I can see Buck
I
have this in
mean-
his collection.
This?
You
No,
guys-
I don't like this. I don't like this. It's not
No,
for
I'm
me.
just. But I could see. I'm just saying. I could see anime.
Because it got colors. It's got to be anime.
No,
got
because
what?
it has that. Because anime has that cyber, Akira
Yeah.
type shit.
No,
Mhm.
that's like cause this just is. It's like it's just no.
This is generic.
No, no. It's not even. I can't see
But you
anime.
can say now as many times you want.
Wow.
You know, I'm just
I
saying.
don't know, man.
Oh,
We just
man.
got Harley Who Laughs, right?
Here we
We
go.
just got that
Good
piece.
segue. Look at this. This is in hand. This is not in hand, but
You want to know something?
Jar-
Believe it or not,
Jar-
I'm not a fan of this piece.
well, you
I
know,
don't know. I'm
Jarhead
not a
sent
huge
this to
fan of
me.
it either.
Appreciate you sending this, buddy.
Send it back.
But-
Send it back.
This looks good, man. The colors pop nice here.
The portraits is dope though.
Yeah.
It's custom.
See,
Discuss it.
At
This is
least
Prime
this
One.
goes to a line.
Oh, Prime One.
Yes, sir.
see, I actually think I would like the.
Oh, I
colors
remember
to
this
pop
piece.
more.
Sorry. Yeah.
This one is 1/3, right?
This is 1/3.
Yeah.
So it's looking great. The colors. People were worried about the colors and how vibrant they're going to be.
Yeah.
Damn,
Mhm.
it looks really good here, man. Wow. So, if you order this, get excited.
Wait, and what was the price on this one?
Well, D-Rock, I don't know. Dude.
Within $100 of the other one, right?
Was
15,
it?
15.99. It was 15 or 15.99, right?
Yeah, but she doesn't.
No, that
light
one is
up.
probably probably like 1,600 for it.
Yeah, so 16 versus 14, and it's way bigger.
16.49.
Okay, pretty close still.
And then Black Adam. I wanted to show you guys this as well. Our guy. Let me pull it up here. Our guy
Shazam.
Richie shared it. We got Nerdy. What's this guy? Nerdy Space or something like that?
Nerdy Sphere.
Nerdy Sphere.
If you smell.
Can you
The
see
likeness is actually really good.
Yeah, this is crazy good for Polystone.
It's cooking.
it? Considering this is in hand, this is wild. Holy mac!
Mm.
I don't
I
remember
don't know
the
if they
crown
made a
thing.
crown for him. Is that like a custom thing or it comes with the Prime One?
Comes with it.
Wow.
I don't
It
really
was
get
on. It was
though.
on the ground originally. I don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
They didn't put it on him. But I guess it fits on his head.
that's cool.
So is this Prime 1 or is this Blitzway?
This is Prime One and Blitzway collaboration.
Blitzway was a collaboration. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, it looks good.
The intricacies on the suit, the little symbols and so forth are stunning.
hmm
Piggy
I
got.
mean, I think the movie sucked, but this looks
Yeah.
nice.
Piggy and Dilbert got this for their collections, and it's wild because I thought this was going to be a canceled project, but glad that it wasn't.
Well, if you want a rock in your collection, here it is.
Yeah.
I'm more of a Pebble kind of guy. You know?
Don't worry, the Cyberpunk Harley will be canceled.
Oh, the hate, eh? The hate to this.
Oh, hey, yo, John, gotta break out, bro.
All right, buddy, take it easy, man. Have a good night.
Here, we'll see.
Yo, later,
Well,
fella.
Later, she.
See you,
All right.
brother.
Later.
Good riddance.
Wow.
Lifer,
get-
the new
I'm getting-
anime king.
Be on your
I'm get-
way. Be on your way.
I holler at you, anime king.
I'm
Slifer.
getting older. I'm
Later,
getting
man.
old, Rashid,
Later.
too. I understand. Don't worry, man. Quick with LBS, they dropped a photo of is it showing? Of the Joker,
Mhm.
the Joker portrait. So maybe there's a Joker lined up.
And Gil here. This is
we'll
like
see with
Alex
that, but-
Ross Joker.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Alex Ross kind of.
Was this the tease for the one that was LBS the one that was talking about doing a Harley Joker
Harley
that
or
looks like the Alex Ross?
Where she's
I believe so.
Where he's holding her neck.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
Not sure if that's still coming to the market, but yeah, that is correct. We'll see
That's
what
what
happens
this
there.
portrait looks like, right, D-Rock? That
It
that
does
art-
to me. It sure does.
Yeah, that's what it was.
I think
reminding
this
me
might be a tease for that. I don't know. We'll see.
Hopefully. But yep, that was from Jay. So nice update there. And then we got some J and D. I want to show you guys
Alright.
quick here.
Everybody make room.
Make some room. This was like a
I think this looks better than the prototype.
an
The
update on the Superman, right? Yeah, let's get there.
No, you're on the wrong video now.
Mhm.
Hey, John, I'm getting out of here too.
Wow, alrighty, Jared. Hold on a second.
I mean,
Sorry.
this is the perfect point to get out of here, J and D.
Oh shit.
So
Have a good one. Thanks for stopping by, man.
appreciate the invite. Take it easy.
Later, buddy.
Hey man, while he's leaving, I'm gonna head out too.
Oh, finally. We
Yeah.
also, you know what?
Yeah, me
Let's
too.
just
I'm
get
outta here too.
everybody the
Bye.
fuck out of here. Here, we'll just get everybody here.
All right, me and
guys.
you, John. Let's have a show.
It was a great show, guys. Let's.
I'm just kidding, man.
All right, let's knock this out.
I can't wait to see J and D, bro. I got one on order.
I understand everyone's, getting.
And that wasn't a lie. I actually do have one on order. So
The Reeves, right?
yeah, just the single. Yeah.
Here we go. This is the Superman shown.
I think the hair got better, and the eyelids, the area around the eyelids, they don't look as dark as they used to.
I think it's a little stylized, though.
Suit
The
is a
suit,
little,
right?
yeah. The suit's.
Yeah.
See, you guys talk about these characters and these pieces that are like, why didn't they do this before? These Cavill Supermans are like that for me. I'm like, come on, like it's too late for. I don't
Let it
get,
die
I don't
already.
feel it. Yeah, like I don't like keep making them and keep make. It's like
I would take this bus though. I won't
This
lie.
looks really good, I think.
he
they
had.
sold the
I mean,
bus.
he was only in one full movie, and showed up in two others, not for the entire runtime, right? Or am I like misremembering?
Yeah, I think that's right.
He's in 10 minutes of Justice League, I think, or 15. It's like
You like this body, Buck?
I don't love the suit design.
the
I
suit's
think
not accurate either. That's not
it's
accurate.
not. I don't know, but like in
all that
terms of-
black, that's all that black extra like in between the abs and around the chest and
this is
stuff.
it, yeah.
That's not what the suit was like.
No.
Not even close.
I just wanted to give you guys an update.
I think in terms of his portrait, I think it improved. It's not like excellent. It's not like dead on, but I think it improved from the prototype. The Heat Vision portrait I still really like. I think that's like the best Heat Vision portrait they've done for the character, just in terms of similarity to how it was done in the movie. I'm not in love with his hair either, but I think it's also improved from the prototype. Overall, I think it's pretty solid.
I think if you like stylized, like a little bit stylized, you don't mind it, then it's not a bad looking piece. It's just most people when they buy movie pieces, they want it to be like spot on, you know, like they
Yeah,
want it to be
why
100%
are they
like
going
what it looked like.
Yeah, I don't understand. Isn't that their whole sales pitch?
Yeah, that's like their gimmick, you know, like that's
Their whole thing is that.
yeah. That's what confuses me about this piece in general. But I mean, it's not an ugly looking piece. It's not well done. It's
I don't
just
think the suit looks
you
good
buy
personally,
more.
but that's me.
I mean, it's like it looks very stylized. It looks very kind of like, you know, like muscly suit kind of thing, like outer suit.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. It looks like he's wearing a muscle,
muscle
suit
suit.
instead of
Yeah.
him being that big. That's what I'm saying.
He's
Because of all that,
Shazamming
like
it up a little bit.
they're doing way too much of the airbrushing and the.
I'm seeing
creases for
pictures
me.
where the suit looks like that from the Justice League movie.
How about the Injustice League? They from the video game. That's what it reminded me of at first. I mean, no, it's not exactly the same, but it had that different look to it.
No, but like from the Justice League movie specifically, I'm seeing like pictures where it looks exactly like that.
Really?
Yeah. Let me see if I can send a link to John.
Here, I'm trying to look it up. I can't link my.
The one with
I don't know, man.
what's his name?
That black and white version,
Which
it didn't
one?
look like that. So
What's his name? The guy with the bald head, Joss Whedon, his version, because that's the one with the blue suit. So,
I see nothing here. Shoot the link if you want.
You see nothing. You get nothing.
I see nothing from what. Oh, okay. Hold on. Yes. A little bit here. Look.
Yeah, I'm seeing it, but I'm not seeing it the exact same.
You see this?
no, there's pictures
Not
where it's
even
like the
close.
same kind of blue. This is after color grading for
Are
the
you looking
movie.
at my screen?
Yeah, I can see that.
Which one? This one? No,
yeah,
that's not even.
it doesn't look the same.
Let me see if I can just send you this.
This one?
1 second.
Right there.
Maybe they're the closest.
Not even. I'm gonna post it in a private chat. It's a Pinterest link.
All right, we're gonna move to Dark Side in the meantime.
I posted it in a private chat.
I will say I did always like the chest symbol from these from the suit. These suits. The S, it looks good. It's good size.
I'm not.
Is this actually in the movie, Buck? These pictures you're showing?
These look like promo pictures.
Yeah, they look
I
like.
feel cause that's in the version of the movie that we're looking at. All the colors are desaturated because there's color grading that they do on the movie to give it a specific kind of look. They'll add their LUTs to it, and the movies, the colors will look a certain way. But probably this how the suit looked like on set.
I'll be honest. Regardless if this is what it looks like or not, I don't like the suit like that. So even if it could be 100% accurate, perfect.
Totally agree.
But I don't like that the suit.
Yeah,
like
that's a fair criticism. But in terms of them like getting it accurately,
their
I think,
job,
like,
right?
They did what they're supposed to do.
Yeah, I do. I would take that bust. I wish they sold that bust separately. With Darkseid to report from them, these guys are. I don't know. I don't want to be rude, to be honest, but
you could just say it. They're dead in the water.
Pull the plug already. I don't. No, these are people's work, so I don't want to. Where's this here?
I feel like the picture they showed before looked worse. This looks better than what we saw before. This video.
Well, of course, most definitely it's going to, because it's an actual video in the factory. It's not just a cell phone graded pic from where everything's granulated and mixed up, and it's not just a phone pic from the factory. It's an actual video and properly taken. It's not like if this was the only.
It's a better phone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, because this is definitely still shot on the phone. It's like portrait
it's a better
mode.
phone.
And
how long ago was that? Original one that came out? No, but how long was the original one that was so bad?
A couple months, maybe.
Yeah, it's like it took them that long to get another phone out there and take a better.
Here's some factory photos. So this is what we should have had in the beginning, in my opinion. But this is
This does not look like the prototype.
That looks very clumpy.
The mark was missed here, and
do the stitches look like they're kind of like pasted on a little bit, like the stitch pattern? Like, you know how it looks like little sheets? Was that the way it was? Mm-hmm. I don't remember it being like that. But
no idea.
I see what you're saying.
You see what I'm saying? Like they
almost
look
looks like a zipper.
Yeah, like they were cut and put in place, and I don't remember them looking like that. But
I'll be honest, Slifer, that's the least of the worries there. That's the least, because this is, yeah, no. I'm sorry.
It's a shame
No.
they couldn't J and dice.
Not when Prime One put out what they put out. Yeah, I can't. Even with this bust, there was a lot of people that were on the dark side bandwagon, respectfully for sure, but final product wasn't there.
Those
in my
comments
opinion.
are savage, bro.
Yeah, a little
What
too much.
comments?
When you click on the photos of people commenting,
Some
Oh.
people's comments. Some
Oh.
people's comments is we got to remember this is still people's. This is still an artist's work. I know we could get carried away sometimes with, but people still purchase this and they're gonna add it to the collection. It's nice, but I have that Prime One just ingrained in my brain, and
I still want that, bro.
I still want.
I think if this was released like maybe 10 years ago, it'd be acceptable.
Well,
I think that's the quality that they're putting out.
The problem with them is they had no idea Prime One was working on this. I don't think they had an idea. Prime One surprised everybody.
Most of their pieces feel dated, and they feel like they were from a different era, like of statues. That's what I think, at least.
Yeah.
Jarhead should have stayed because
Oh
customs.
shit! I get to shit on this without Jarhead being here.
You shit on it?
kidding.
I
I'm kidding.
like
I'm
this
kidding.
a lot.
It looks awesome.
I really like this. That
like
base.
that one, right?
Yeah, she looks good. Yeah, she looks really good. Yeah.
Tindom did a really good job here with the paint, the comic blue.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
Very
is-
simple, but very well done in terms of paint job.
And that base. Oh man, that base.
Yeah.
LBS vibes is what I get here.
Better than LBS.
He looks
LBS,
really good.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah, he
LBS
looks
hasn't
really
done
good.
anything this good.
Y'all don't think the base takes away from Thanos as his
No.
his presence?
I think
The size of it compared to him.
I think the size, if they scaled it down, it would be better. But
Stop
like,
scaling everything down. Keep
it's
things.
no. It's proportions
Get down.
in relation to the Thanos.
Keep
The base should
everything
be smaller.
big. I'm tired of this small.
Yeah,
Everyone
Why
wants small.
you're such a size queen, John?
I know,
Yeah.
right? John likes them
I'm
big.
sick and tired of hearing
He
it
likes
size
it big.
this down and this.
He wants it hard. He wants it fast. He wants
Want
it big.
thick.
You size it down, you're gonna lose the.
He wants
the
girth.
The
You know, he
detail
wants the girth.
in the story. I say this as I look at my LBS Thor,
Yeah.
and that's we talked about it, Buck. It oversizes the statue, but the story it tells and how beautiful it is and intricate, the detail in there.
Ugh.
Oh,
I'm so
what?
sick
Oh,
of this.
sorry.
I think-
You want?
I'm so
He-
sick of these story bases. They
John-
bore me
Yeah,
to
but you
death.
you don't buy story bases. You don't have to worry about
I
it.
know,
the
'cause
crazy
it
thing,
bores me to
Sniper,
death.
This was teased like before LBS became a thing, like the way they
Oh,
are. This
okay.
piece has just been in production forever.
Forever.
Wow.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm very
Wow.
impressed here. This is a custom that I would support because
I like the story. The story bases. I think, if you're someone like I like to have my statues on a turntable. So, for example, like a couple days ago, I literally went down in my family room and I spun all my statues just a little bit, so where I'm sitting down there walking by, they all have a different angle now. And the story based on the Thor statue, it's just something else to look at, and
That works for that piece specifically because of its relevance to Norse mythology, where a lot of stuff was carved into wood, and it makes sense. I totally get it working on the Thor statue,
Thank you,
but they should
Sniper.
stop after that because everything else seems like a cheap imitation of the Thor. My opinion, just my opinion, but it works for that because of the mythology of the Norse.
I can't agree
just
with the
doesn't
Hulk. I
work
can't
for
agree
everybody.
with you on the Hulk one. I like the way Hulk was executed as well.
Hey, look, I'm just saying for me, I'm not
Batman and Superman. I can see what you're saying, where it's like with the character portraits, it's not really giving you the detail of what Thor was giving, and same with Hulk, where you're getting the scenes of the storytelling. You're just getting the rogues around the base. And Iron Man, I think Iron Man was the worst base. That base was I think that's the worst base I've seen come out of LBS. Was that Iron
I think
Man.
he has the style of the character down pat. I like his style, but I just do not. I don't vibe with this story based thing. I just can't. And it seems like everybody's doing it, and it's like it's making it like such a cheap gimmick now. If he was the only one that did it, fine. but everybody's doing it now.
Cliche.
Customs doing it. All these people, even if this was in production before that, it just seems like too much at the same time for me.
For me personally, storytelling base is I love it as a selling feature for a piece. I love it if executed well, like this, like on Thor, like on Hulk. I will support the project if I like the piece.
I like it when they do it like this, where it's like very 3-dimensional and it's not just like projected onto the surface, like
Yeah.
the Thor and this one.
Yeah.
I still kind of agree with Slifer where it's like it fits in with Thor more, like pretty much because it feels diegetic. Like it feels like if you
What are
were
you trying to
going
say? I'm
in.
fat.
Hello. The way Slifer explained it, it fits that way.
Yeah,
And
that makes
yeah.
sense. I mean, like when I think about it, now that he said that, like the Iron Man base didn't have to have that. It could have been anything.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean,
Iron Man, yeah, no way.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's see, Captain America didn't have it. I'm fine with that because it's a
I
different.
like the Captain America base. Very small, compact,
It
beautiful.
worked.
Yes,
and
It worked.
Yep. Now, even that,
But-
I'll spin Captain America because you can stand him on that base either way.
Yeah.
And I'll spin him around just to give it a different look. It's just, I mean,
it reminds me of like a Maltese Falcon. It reminds me of like it reminds me of something from that era where you'd
From
see
a
it on a building.
like yeah. I don't know.
Smaller base.
But here's what
Smaller base.
let me get him out of here. This is what I have to say. I feel like a lot we're in a position where a lot of collectors want dynamic, and I think when you have a museum style piece surrounded by a storytelling base, it gives that.
It offsets itself.
It offsets it exactly.
Yep.
So I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Give me that museum style superhero in third scale.
Sometimes it works.
Nice
Sometimes
base.
it doesn't.
I'm with you, John. As long as it's done more like this versus for like the LBS Spider-Man, the way they did all the suits and the comic panels, I hate that. When they do it like that, it's like low effort. But
You
when
didn't
they
like-
do it this way,
Yeah.
they're like 3-dimensional. It's
Yeah.
a more 3-dimensional relief. They're
Yeah.
like small little dioramas in the base that
Yeah,
that
yeah,
tell
for
a
sure.
story. I like that. But otherwise, when it's like they just took a comic panel and then they projected it
Pasted
onto
it on there, yeah.
onto a flat surface, not for me.
I mean, I will say this. This is very well done. I do like how, like you said, 3-dimensional it looks. But like it's kind of taken away from him a little bit, you know?
That's like
This is
my
a beautiful
whole
sculpt.
point.
Mhm.
This is a beautiful sculpt.
That was my whole point. He should
But
be
you see-
bigger if that base is going to be that big. Is all I was saying.
Yeah,
I didn't say
but
the
you
base
see-
was bad, and I don't think it doesn't. I don't think it looks bad. I just think he should be bigger than the base.
I can see that, but then they do something with the color so that the most saturated
Exactly.
thing is what your eyes go to first. You know,
Yes.
there are other ways to
No.
like force your focus. So because it's super saturated and the base is like a monotone color,
Yeah.
it forces you to look at Thanos before you look at the base.
I agree that
In this
that was
photo,
the.
I'm
I agree
focusing on-
that was the intention. I don't agree that it functionally
the
works
effect.
that way.
Right?
Because when I looked at it, the first thing I thought was, "Dang, he's small."
I'm
And
like,
the last
damn,
thing
that
I
base
want
is
my Thanos
fucking
to be is small. I don't
First
want my
thing I'm-
Thanos to be small.
I don't know about you, but first thing I'm seeing in this picture is Jesus. So
First thing I see is Tittenham.
Yeah, me too.
I see
I just
Jesus.
saw
and-
Jesus.
The second thing I saw in the picture was he doesn't
Happy
skip leg
Easter,
day.
everyone.
That's the two things I saw. Yeah, that's it.
Mhm.
Let's move
I'm
on
like,
to
who painted Tittenham?
community photos quick. We got started off with Ken. Nice job building the shelf. Looks great with the mirrored back. And congratulations on Thor, the Breaker of Brimstone.
That Hulk is big in terms of for a fifth scale. He's the same as the quarter scale Thor.
Yeah. It pairs. This is supposed to be temporary because I was going to pair the Hulk with the. I have the Hulk versus Wolverine sideshow 1/5, but this just looks great. So it's changed my whole plan on what I was going to do.
Yeah.
Awesome. They pair well together. Everything
Yeah.
looks great.
Mm-hmm.
That Hulk
Yeah,
is a
looks good.
perfect example because I hear a lot of guys saying, not to bring PCS into it, but that PCS shredder and the way he doesn't sit flat on the base because it's a rock surface. Well, this is a 14-year-old Hulk, and that foot fits
Oh yeah.
nice and flat because they carved the space for the foot. That's
Yep.
what was lacking, in
It's
my
perfect.
opinion. So that just goes to show you it can fit flush on a rock surface.
And also, I mean, these look so nice together. So they're two really good dynamic poses. And there's a lot of people that don't like this Hulk, but I got to tell you, not that I'm aware of, there's no other Hulk in this position, this pose, dynamic wise. The arms flared out like that and hitting the ground like this. And that's what
Yeah,
I
it
like.
looked like he's landing. He's trying to slow down.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the Hulk statues have the same, real similar poses. You know, he's either in like a semi-most muscular or rage pose where this is unique. I love it.
Looks stunning. Congratulations, man, on
Thanks.
both.
It's kind of sad that the Thanos we just looked at is being compared to the LBS because it came out long before that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or at least the sculpt was shown a long time ago.
Huge shout out to our guy Jerry getting his Captain America. We unboxed this yesterday. Queen Studios Captain America in quarter
This is
scale.
my favorite suit cap ever worn in the MCU.
They nailed it on this sculpt.
The stealth suit. Oh, I love it.
This is the quarter. They did in half scale as well. Sorry.
I wish they do without the without the helmet. Give us a portrait for that and the proper shield. Stealth shield.
He should have had he should have had the option of having the what is it called? The blue and just the blue and gray shield.
He had the shield though in the film with this suit.
I don't believe with this suit.
In the
He did, yeah. He did have it when he escaped the
but
shield.
He wasn't wearing the helmet, was he?
Shield base. Yeah,
he wasn't wearing the helmet, but still.
When he was walking away from destroying the what's it called? The
when
ship.
he infiltrated that ship in the beginning, this wasn't the shield he was using, right?
No.
But afterwards, he used the shield. I don't know if he had the helmet on. I know the elevator scene, he didn't have the helmet, the one I referred to yesterday. But
yeah, he's mostly not even wearing the helmet throughout the movie. Like later on,
when he was escaping on the motorcycle and he used the shield to take down one of the ships, he had this shield.
Yeah, but that time was wearing like civilian clothes, right?
No, he had this. He had
He
this
wearing like
on,
a leather jacket.
Yeah, he geared up when he was escaping on the motorcycle.
Movie of the week, Winter Soldier.
That's the best MCU movie for me.
I agree. I think
Alan picked
it's
up the
like a
Scarecrow
spy thriller
to tie in the collection, and I confirmed he does read those books, those omnibuses, so we're good. Double win. But this is a nice Scarecrow. Completes the collection
Really nice.
beautifully. Yeah. It's a good
Is he
lineup.
just buying rogues?
I'm not sure. I think so. By the looks
That's
of it, it
pretty
looks
cool.
like he is. Yeah,
That's
that
a cool-
lineup's Penguin and everything. It looks
Yeah,
good.
it's
Love
good.
that freeze.
It's a cool idea. Just get the villains.
Yeah, Phoenix does just the heroes, so why
Yeah.
not? You can go the other way. Thanks for
Batman does
sharing.
have the best villains.
Thanks for sharing, Alan. We got Ali showing. This is his new addition to the collection. A mutated neomorph head from David's lab in Alien Covenant. This is pretty sweet. I'm
Is
getting
this like
into
a one of one? I've never seen this before.
I haven't seen this either. Yeah, it's a custom. I believe it's a. I want to say it's a. I don't know if it's a custom, but this is sweet.
Gotta be.
His collection. He has an awesome collection too.
Yes.
I've been getting into this alien stuff lately. That trailer for the new one's like wild. Looks so good. But thanks for sharing, man.
I thought that was going to be a TV show, not a movie.
I think the Predator one was. They were saying it's going to be a. I don't know actually.
I thought Romulus was supposed to be a show, not a movie, but I could be wrong.
Romulus.
Thank you,
That's quite a name. It's one of the founders of Rome.
Poe shared. I think that's the name of the ship. No, Poe shared X-23. Latest.
Yeah, I
picture
love
from
this
Sideshow.
piece.
Beautiful portrait.
Yeah.
I need
It's a nice
to
piece.
buy one again.
Like
Beautiful
we could
green.
talk. We could talk if you want.
It's a Grail, baby.
have one.
It's a Grail.
You have one? Is it the
Yeah, I do.
EX?
Yes,
Okay. We might actually talk about that. Funny enough.
we can.
Tyler, thanks for sharing that, Poe. Tyler, beautiful setup in the office. Going back to some photography. Great work here.
Yeah, it looks nice.
Yeah. Love his shots.
I never
usually pull-
quite like Miles as an adult. I always prefer him when he's like small.
I don't like Miles at all.
Fair enough.
But we love your collection, Tyler.
What? This is a nice statue though.
Yeah, I like the Doc Ock in the back and the Vulture.
You got those gentle giant like mini busts.
Yep.
For the animated series suit. The Mark. Oh, that's not animated. That's Parker Industries suit. I can't remember.
Is this Tyler's collection?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yo, his collection. I've seen videos when he did like his whole. It's in his office, right?
In his office. Yeah.
Yo, he's got an insane like setup. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. It's very nice.
Electro.
I can't believe he's like a principal or something too, right?
Yeah.
Like he like kids come into the room. I would never leave. I would always be in trouble.
I know. Really, really nice gentleman. He helped. He did the XM walkthrough with us on the channel, and he helped Gio from Red Titan get a sought after piece. So that was really nice of him.
No, he's awesome. He's got an insane collection.
Thanks for
I joke about Miles, but that's just because I feel like he's a ripoff of Peter Parker.
It definitely is.
Well, last but not least, D-Rock picked up his custom Hulk.
Hey, this is sweet, man.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, thanks.
Did you have to get the double, or you just got this one, like the one with the machine?
They did both versions, so I just got the regular.
Oh, okay. You got someone ended up having to buy both because they wanted the
Derek,
piece.
Did you see
the other
this, Carl?
Derek
okay.
got the cyborg.
Is that true?
Are you kidding me?
I will.
It's probably gonna suck.
Shit a brick right now. Hold on.
What happened? J&D just released a teaser from Michelle. Oh,
I don't
okay.
have faith in this, John. I think it'll look bad.
It's gonna look good.
I don't think so.
You see
Not
it?
her.
You can see it?
No, I mean,
where do I even
just
go?
Just search J&D. Go look up there.
J&D on Facebook.
No.
Yo, if they're just pulling your leg, the excitement that you just got.
Man, that would be messed up. It's not on their YouTube channel,
It's
so
not
maybe
on
it'll
their
be
YouTube
messed
channel.
up.
It's not on their Facebook. It's 2:14 a.m.
Trolled.
I don't know, man. You do this to me on my birthday.
Are they a
Well,
Korean
it's not my
company? What
birthday
time?
anymore? But,
What time is it in Korea?
oh, they did.
You see it?
Oh, they don't see much.
You see the
But hold
video?
on.
Is there a video or like?
There's no video. There's just the hands here. Oh.
It's gonna be real patent leather.
Here we go.
It's gonna be patent leather
John's
and
first
silicone on the
day
inside.
Oh man, it's crazy.
John, you'll go buy it. Stop lying.
It's kind of upsetting though.
I don't know if it would be the price point for me, but if this was 89 Batman though,
but
they're
John,
dangling the carrot.
He'll have a real rubber suit on, John.
What would this be? 2,000?
No.
What?
Probably
$1
like
million.
2,600 is about what they've been pricing their females at.
Oh man,
You might be able to get it like around
Cypher. You
2,600
rock, brother. Thanks for letting us
or
know.
even less.
Oh, damn.
This guy's always dropping like behind the scenes stuff on their official page.
Yeah, he's a good guy, Nick. Wow, that's crazy. Poor Darkseid. Darkseid can't catch a bull, man. Like,
especially when Prime Ones is kind of hard to get at the moment. So, I wonder. To be honest, I don't have faith.
the likeness?
If they do a portrait without the mask, I don't have much faith. It's because it feels like you're just tossing the dice every time. The last one that I feel like was dead on was freaking Amber Heard. I guess the Wonder Woman is also spot on, but like,
I think Indiana Jones. Well, you're talking about production.
I'm talking about women, not even production.
Oh, women. Okay.
The likenesses.
The women.
Wow. That's exciting. We will see. Imagine if they did like you think they'd do the regular Selena in her outfit?
Maybe like
a double pack.
They might do that.
Maybe they'll do her laying on the floor with all the cats around her.
Oh, please no.
Honestly, no matter how good this is, I think I would just buy the Prime one because that's perfect already. And it'll be way cheaper. So.
Yeah, we'll have to see. That's gonna be fun and interesting. I appreciate you, Cypher, dropping that here. Wow. But D-Rock, not to take away from this, this is a beautiful Hulk, and congratulations on the setup. Looks great.
Yeah.
Thanks.
That cap,
Yeah.
every time I see it, it just grows on me more and more. I just like him more
I
than I did the
love
last
that
time.
cap.
Yeah.
I have him. I love it. And that Thor, that people sleep on that Thor. That Thor is crazy good.
Yeah,
I have
I
it.
agree. Yeah, I
that is
agree.
nice, yeah.
It's really good Thor.
It's
Classic
it's
Thor.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And I know people complained about like his hammer being out back and everyone wants to see it, but like just the motion of him about to throw it, I love that.
Yup.
I love
It's
that
about to
idea.
take
I think it's
Yup.
cool. But,
Awesome setup, man. Huge shout out to Paul, Brian, and Beast51, our very own, for supporting the channel and becoming channel members. Appreciate you guys. Let's keep on. Yeah, and that was it. That's it for this week. A little long one this week. Oh, good topic in the beginning, but some good conversations going on. Any plans for the weekend, Buck? For the rest of the weekend?
Tomorrow I'm gonna go hang out with some friends. Yeah,
get white girl wasted.
I'm not a drinker, man. I don't like to drink. It's I do other things.
Jesus. How about you, Ken? Any plans for the weekend?
Painting, I think. My wife wants to paint some rooms, so painting gear.
Sticky of ickiest.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
Get the space ready for the pieces coming in, too. Slifer, how about you? Any plans for the weekend?
I am working, so I will enjoy nothing.
It's just getting worse as we progress.
Yeah, I will be working. Yes.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
Well, be safe and
I
hopefully
hope you all
get
have fun.
home quick.
You'll buy another anime statue to compensate.
Wow.
Save your money.
No, I'm chilling for a while.
Damn.
I mean, I have a lot on pre-order now. I'm just paying off the pre-orders just so I don't have to think about it anymore.
Yeah.
So I got like 2 more I got to pay off.
Heck yeah. And then D-Rock, any plans for the weekend?
No clue, man. I'm out of state on a job, so I'm just gonna chill probably.
Relax, kick back.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what weekends are for.
Get ready for my wife to come down next week and hang out for most of the week. So that's what I'll do.
Awesome.
Conjugal visit.
Yeah, I hope so.
My man.
Super conjugal. My man.
My man. All right. John's birthday too. You know he's getting one tonight.
Saying, though, John. I'm just saying.
Tonight it's 3 a.m. What are you 2:19? What are you talking about?
As soon as he goes away, he was like, "Yo, as soon as I get up there, I'm turning you over."
Oh yeah.
He's gonna put on his Bill Clinton suit and his wife's gonna say to Mr. President.
He's gonna bring that sign upstairs. He's gonna be like live on air.
No action here.
Baby number 3.
Yeah. Right. I'm still waking up in the middle of the night to do feedings. We're gonna take a break there. I'll probably be getting the basement. No, I don't do that. I know how to work a power tool. The
Sometimes you have explosions.
I'll probably be working in the basement, the garage this weekend to make some space because some pieces come in. Well, one piece coming. The Hulk's supposed to come in. So.
Oh, is it? Nice.
Next week.
Finally.
Finally. Yeah. So.
Now you're gonna have it in front of you. We're not gonna see it from the show then.
Well, what I'm thinking of doing is I want to open up this space here so that you can walk around. So it'll be DC here, and then in front of me will be Marvel.
Okay.
I can stream from the opposite end or whatever end I decide to. But most importantly, it's more so I can walk around and dust and appreciate the things a little bit more.
Yeah.
Behind it's a little too compact, so I'll fill in the sides. But we'll see how it goes.
You gotta turn it into a video, turn it into content.
Ah,
Split it into 50 parts.
I think 3.5 hours a week live, and then 3.5 hours one show, and all the prep. I think that's pretty good content. Enough content there, but yeah,
You gotta want
I
this life.
I could set up a camera here and then speed it up, and it's not gonna be much action though. I'll videotape the guy unloading the Hulk
Oh man,
and bringing it
There
into
you
the
go.
onto the
that's
driveway.
gonna come on a pallet or what?
Pallet, yeah.
Wow.
Crazy.
That's my first pallet purchase. So
What are you gonna do with your pallet? Gonna break it up? Use it as wood
I
to
haven't
burn?
thought about it. Maybe.
I think Dilbert said it was a custom pallet because I'm getting the LBS and the Maestro at the same time. I think by the same pallet was telling me.
They'll
Huge.
probably be stacked.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun, especially for you. What would these? How many pounds is that in one shot?
What's that?
How many pounds is that in one shot?
I think he said 1,000. I'd have to look back, but I'm not sure.
He's
Maybe
a big guy. He can't handle it.
Wow.
But you figure Maestro, 300 plus pounds. I don't know what the LBS is, plus the pallet itself. So
Yeah.
And the packaging, right?
yeah,
He wraps it in the saran wrap, like that plastic packaging wrap. But we'll see.
Those
It'll be
XM
here.
boxes are heavy.
We'll schedule a live unboxing when it gets here. Hopefully, I'll have everything set up, and the rest will be history. Then I guess we got to look at J&D Catwoman. Bad timing.
They need to do Zoe Kravitz, man. Bad. Just
Ah,
complete
that
the set.
ship is.
She's not the.
You could buy those little
real
Walmart figures. That's the only licensed product
Sorry?
I've seen of her. The
It's
Walmart figures.
unfortunate. It's
Yeah.
unfortunate. Those tiny things, they're like pops.
Wow.
She needs to sign away those rights.
Tiny things are good too sometimes.
Mhm.
Guys, everyone in the chat who hung out with us, appreciate you being here. And everyone on Facebook, on social media, and on the show and on the chat who wished me a happy birthday. Really appreciate the well wishes. You guys rock. Yeah, that's it for tonight. Episode 107. Tune in Monday. We'll be doing a chatter that matters. And I'm still working on a Speaker's Corner with Cash. So if anyone wants to be a part of Speaker's Corner, that's an option too. But I appreciate you guys. You all rock. Collect responsibly. And have a safe and fun weekend. And we'll catch you soon. Take it easy.
Later, guys.